Hey, welcome to Check Out the Rileys. Trying to figure out why I didn't hear any sound in that. Hello, hello. Looks like I got a mic, speaker. You want to test the speaker? It just turned way down or something. There you go. If somebody comes in, we gotta rock that. Okay, welcome in everybody. Hey, Tim, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. I think she put that comment up this morning about 11. And so did Ruth and Tom there. Yeah, hello, Hong Kong Explorer. Welcome in, welcome in. Mercy is going to join me for this live stream. It's not just me, so it's not a one sided talking. Yeah, she's trying to do something right now. So we're going to talk a little bit tonight about why do Filipinos like dating foreigners. So that's our talking tonight about. Yeah. So before I get too deep into it, I was giving some time to let people show up. I know sometimes we do these and we don't actually show up on time. So yes, Hong Kong Explorer is in the house too. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming in. Tim, as always, appreciate you, my friend. Yeah. So it's was it Saturday night and the party's right? Yeah. You haven't dated a foreigner? Yeah, never have. Tonight we're going to talk about some of the reasons um, why people do date foreigners. Why do they think they want foreigner or anything like that? Right? Some people, I never suggest somebody, if that's, you date who you want, right? But if you're not, if you don't want to be outside of your culture, don't date somebody that is foreign, that is from a different culture, right? Different country. Because, even like a Filipino that was raised in America is going to be different than a Filipino that's here, right? My my observation. They call it westernized or whatever. Where's the cake? I wish I had some cake too. Yeah. But some people, they got different reasons to why they date foreigners. So we asked today. I did I did some videos and we just asked people. Oops. Oops. So what I asked was, here's my question: why do Filipinas date foreigners? That's just a simple one that I asked. Maybe some people want to change, so they want to date a foreigner. Yeah. So I tried to get the skinny on it. Some people told me what they think or what they heard, but I tried to find out, well, why, right? Yeah. Some people just had wise comments. So I had 50 different comments. And some of them even understood what I was talking about, right? Some of them talking nothing. I want love. That's not why you date a foreigner. Maybe if you're attracted to a foreigner, that's a reason why you date them. You know, you can get love from a person from your country, right? Unless it's just in your head that you can't. So I got some people saying they want to marry a foreigner. They like the way foreigners are straightforward. That's true. Most of us are, at least from America, right? Straightforward. You get that list? Okay. So here's one that I got told that I thought was interesting, and I don't know if Mercy put it on our list yet. Because foreigners are not like Filipino men, they praise appearance more than character. So she's saying Filipino men praise appearance and not character. Well, not all Filipino men, but most is what this young lady said. Some people told preferences. You know, if you have a preference, you know, you like Filipino or foreigner looks, I can understand.
Seems diversity.
Right.
That's easy. Financial security.
Yeah, financial
Eh,
security
hold on,
sometimes is the answer, Tim. I think, you know, and that's also a lot of people hear that. You know, this person told that person told that person. You know, it's financially better to be with a foreigner. So we're going to start going over our list. Our list is not like this is the top reason. These are just reasons. So not number one is not different, you know, in order. These are just reasons that we were told. Most Filipinos maybe want foreigner because they think after dating they will turn into lovers. And
and their ego change their
yeah,
life as well as financial.
yes, yes. Madam, oh, this is Mercy. She goes by Mercy, or
Hello, everyone.
yeah. That's kind of above our pay grade to get called Madam and Sirs, right?
I think sometimes we're used of saying it
Yeah,
out of respect.
sure.
But yeah, see, really, I don't not uh, like to be called madam. I feel like wow.
You like it or you
No,
don't?
I do
I
not.
didn't think you did.
No. Like to have a relationship.
Yeah,
No walls apart.
that's it. There you go. She's very young. She's very young.
It's okay. Art is fine.
Aate's okay.
Yeah. She looks young, so I am guessing she's
It's okay. Whichever way.
yes. Zania,
Hello,
hello.
hello. Welcome in. Thank you for coming into our live stream.
Really, this is interesting, right?
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting
Interesting.
topic,
It,
right?
it's not, like we're going to target somebody. No, this is general.
Yeah. These are some of the truths why Filipinas date. You know, there's a lot of myth, right? So some of it is not the truth, though.
Not always the truth, but
So
there's some, you
uh,
know,
one that I'm going to add to this that Whiteford told me. If anybody knows Whiteford here in YouTube,
could be
Scoot, hello,
hello.
welcome, welcome. Yeah, Welcome back.
Yeah, really.
One of the reasons that I was told by Whiteford, she said some Filipinos date foreigners so they can have a beautiful baby.
The genes.
Right, that is one of the things that she put in there. So they might have that chance to get a child,
Yeah.
uh, maybe a mix of something, uh, child. So let's start going over the list. Now, she's going to just, again, this is in no kind of order. We don't have an order. We're going to tell you the list, and you guys can add to it. And at the end, then people can come up, talk about it,
Yes.
whatever
You
you
guys
like to
can
do.
talk about it. All right.
So
So
we're
because
going to start off with,
you won't mix blood. Yes, that's right. Um, because number one, because
and again, not in order. She just said number one,
yeah,
just out of
not
habit.
in order. Because he can explore and taste new food.
Sometimes if you have a foreigner as a boyfriend,
Yeah.
um, you know, go eat their foods, go eat their stuff, their culture foods and stuff. So you get new food, right?
New food, right?
So Mercy
Yeah,
ate a
Western.
lot of different stuff when she got with me, right?
Yeah, no rice.
No rice. When we were in America and trying to order rice at all the restaurants, like no rice, no rice.
Or there's jasmine rice, but with the I think in salmon
You
or
had to order
you had
something
to
with the
choose.
side of rice,
Yeah,
maybe.
choose
Maybe.
rice or fries.
Right.
All right. So next one, because you get to learn new culture and new traditions. So
Ah. So yes, when you are in a
hello, King.
dating with a foreigner, you get new culture. So therefore, you got new traditions, and just like I learned her traditions and her culture and stuff, she learned mine. Right? We're past the dating. Dating didn't dating didn't come to us till after we got married. So then we started dating. No, we dated a couple weeks before we got married.
Said because you get to meet diverse, fascinating people.
Yes. Hey, Vikings in the house. He's broke though. But he's giving out a piece of mind. Thank you for coming in.
Just one. What? No
No, right?
rice? Uh
Yes, yes. You
oh.
got to tell her
Yeah.
when you go around to the restaurants in America. If you go to a normal American restaurant, you're not going to get no white rice with nothing.
Yeah. That's why Asian always buy the 10 pounds, was it 10 pounds?
50 pounds.
50 pounds of rice.
50 pound sack of rice
We're
sitting in
so
our
happy
house.
to just get that.
So we made rice at home all the time,
Not
but
all the time.
well,
Yeah,
often,
yeah.
often.
They do not have a choice.
Yeah,
They have to eat it.
with her, I had to learn to eat rice. So
All right.
yeah.
So, okay.
No problem. Kingly Way, thank you for
Yeah.
coming in.
Okay. Um, because you get to escape from your family toxic culture.
Ooh, so there's one.
Yeah.
Toxic family culture. So even though it's
There's good and bad,
good and
right?
bad, but sometimes families will have a toxic culture in their family, right?
Yeah.
And it's a way of them getting away from it.
Yeah. Like when if you're single ladies, why are you still single? Those are like toxic. They always
That's
ask you about that.
horrible.
What?
I see
Why?
that
There's
right now when we
yeah.
go to a family function.
And then there's one single lady there.
Oh man,
Oh
she's gonna
man.
get beat up.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for her. We got one in the family.
I do remember when I
Before
was
you
yeah,
were,
yeah. I I always say there's no guy here, almost all gays are they're more beautiful than me. Yeah. Hello,
Judy
Judy
Fisher,
Fisher.
welcome in.
Okay, so toxic culture, right? So
Yeah,
too much good, not good.
right.
Too much bad, not so good.
Yeah.
Maybe good, a little bad. Okay, your future kids learn combined culture.
So, when you're kids, if you do end up having kids, they learn, my
Different culture.
culture, her culture, and that's one of the reasons we brought our children to the Philippines
They could be
because so
like,
they can learn
yeah,
the Philippines culture better.
appreciate it, understand it more. Why are they different?
Why do I have to call my brother Kuya? that's that's what my younger kid or my older kids was like. What's
They
going
gone
on with this
crazy. Like,
Kuya stuff?
yeah,
I said that's the way we do it. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome back,
Senate.
Xanath.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So,
What's the next one?
all right. So, because Filipina thinks Filipino guys are all cheaters. They have bad experience
Right.
about get cheated
Yeah.
from.
So that's something that was commented so many times in my uh, comment sections and stuff. So many people said Filipinos cheat. They're all cheaters. They're all this, and it's so you know
They cheat all the time.
it's not
I think because
you know
men here is according to the statistic, it's not a lot of men here, so they could like choose because yeah, I don't butterfly, I helicopter.
fireworks. Did we say fireworks?
I don't remember
I
that.
hope not. But when they say they put a blanket statement, all the Filipinos cheat. They don't all cheat.
They don't all cheat, yeah.
You know,
Just
I see. I'm around Filipino men all the time, and they never talk to me. Hey, cheat on your wife, or
no,
they're not.
yeah.
It's nothing like that.
But
You
there's
know,
also
but if you're a Filipina and you keep picking this type of
wrong
guy,
guys,
that
yeah.
type of guy is going to keep cheating on you. Stop picking this type of guy. Get that nerdy dude that that you maybe you're not attracted to, but that's the guy that's not going to be cheating on you. The cool kid with the motorcycle and the Fonzie. Maybe you like the bad boy type. That bad boy type's gonna keep cheating on you. Stop it.
Yeah.
So it's not all Filipinos cheat. So that's an excuse.
Maybe it's
You
some
see?
continue. Hello?
Yeah. So sorry about that. We
So in location. Hindi mo nakita ang location?
yeah. But thank you guys for coming in. Again, we're going over why do Filipinas date foreigners, and we know not all Filipinas. We're not putting out blanket statements here. We're not saying everybody. We're not saying all. We're not doing all that kind of stuff. But we're just talking about the truth of why some of them date, and it's a big list. But we don't have that many written down. Let's hit you up with another one here.
Okay, so Filipino wants a foreigner because they think the foreigner doesn't judge the outfit or the mistake.
You heard fireworks near your house? Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a holiday weekend, right? So yeah, I imagine you do hear fireworks. We don't have any going off right now, but We got somebody trying to find our house.
So some Filipinas think of
Yeah.
that.
So they think the
Because of the
Filipino.
culture of the foreigners are,
Yeah.
they understand their past, they don't judge. Here,
Yeah.
when you
Well, we
get,
all have a past.
yeah, we all have past, but it's still different.
Yeah.
We do not have divorce here.
Right.
And if you are single mom, you are, when you marry a Filipino, you marry the whole family, including the uncle and the whole family. So when you marry the whole family, people be judging you. So so usually the single moms rather don't decide to have a relationship with the Filipino because of that. Yeah, they
Is that-
limit themselves.
So Mercy, did you only want a foreigner? My wife, in case you guys didn't know, she was a single mom. So is that why you wanted? Did you look for a foreigner necessarily?
Oh, yeah, I'm on a hunting. I hunt them. Honestly, because our culture here it's not, being a single mom, it's not totally acceptable. I mean, it's they have a call here. It's disgraciada. We, that's our name here. So if you're disgraciada, you're 90% chance the mom, your future mom-in-law, will never, agree to the relationship. And you married the dogs too. Sorry
Yes.
about that.
We just had a delivery, so yep. The dogs are in the house.
That's why I won't get married. Tim said.
I understand, Tim. Totally understand. Myself, I'm better. When I was previously married, I am better married than I am single. Single, I have issues. So married, I'm better. Right?
Scoopy said something about it.
What do you say?
Let's face fact. She married you, Bill.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a two-way thing.
I'm just a good beggar. Hey, Maximus. What's
Hello,
up? What's
Maximus.
up? Yeah, what's up, John?
Hey, John.
Oops. There's Judy Fisher, John. Yeah.
Yeah, so the culture is somehow, not a good way. But that's why you can't blame single woman saying, "Hey, I'm single woman," because here we really had to tell people.
Well,
Not
here
yeah,
they.
I just understand it
Yeah.
that you don't need to say those ones
Right.
because you are what you are. Like
Right.
you are charming, you are good at you have a great sense of humor. You can when you listen, you can laugh at the jokes. Those are good personality of most Filipinos.
Yeah. So when we talk to Filipinas and they're looking to get a foreigner, that's one of the things that we tell them not to do.
Yeah,
Stop introducing yourself as single mom.
can't blame them though.
You know that. For most foreigners, if somebody comes up to you say single mom, you're thinking, are they crazy? Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe if you're interested in that lady, you'll ask her, hey, do you got any kids? But here,
What is it?
I just got random women walking to me and telling me, hey, I'm a single mom. I'm like, what's your name, Mary? That's usually how people introduce themselves. Yeah, yeah. That's it, Scooby. I'm better married than I am single. I am. Some people aren't that way, but me, I am better married. Yeah, that's what. That's why we, Tonight we're talking about why the Filipino likes the foreigner. Well, we'll be talking about why the foreigners like the Filipino.
Yeah.
Right, because I married a beautiful lady that highly educated and all that good stuff. That in America, man, I'd had to have stacks of cash and the gold mine too to land a woman like my Filipino. Kenneth, welcome in.
I just married a single mom 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. I did too. I married a single mom, so I'm with you. So, but I was also a single dad. I had kids too, so
Fair enough, right?
yeah, it's
But
okay.
there's also advantage
Right.
marrying a single mom.
That's what you tell them.
Yeah, you got
Married in Bohol. Awesome, awesome, my friend. Congratulations. Awesome, awesome. So happy for you, my friend. Yeah. So where's our list? We'll get through our list and then we'll bring people up and you guys can tell us. Filipinas, if they want to tell us. This is we asked Filipinas why they date foreigners. So this is what we found out. Why they want to or why do they date?
Yeah.
So,
Because they want to escape the country and go to a greener pasture.
so yes, it's always more beautiful on the other side of the fence, right? Just like here, if you're in the Philippines,
Like
you might want to
other
go to
places
another
too.
country, right? So that's one of the reasons they will date somebody from a different country. Grass is greener over there, and I have to admit there is probably more opportunity
Yes,
uh,
for Filipinos.
for Filipinos outside of the country sometimes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just the way it's set up here.
And last, I think this is the last because they all believe, Filipino, they believe all foreigners are rich.
So that was the number one thing that I heard from people that were not Filipinos. Okay, and then the Filipinos would go in there and argue with them. So Filipinas thinking that foreigners are all rich. That is a
That is what?
a fair statement for some,
For
but
some.
it's not fair for all of them, right?
It's generally because if you see the economy, $51. Imagine that.
Right.
So it's
So that's why
if
they
it's
think that way.
$1 and 1 peso, no. But here it's just like
Yes, right. And we all know. I know
I
I'm not
understand.
rich. So if she got with me because she thought I was rich,
No, trust
I,
me.
I told her up front though that
Yeah.
I was not wealthy person.
Yeah.
Or,
It's really different when women will say, "Yeah, I'll take you. Yeah, sure, no problem." Oh man, what did I get into
yeah,
after the meeting? Like, oh,
well, after
but
we got married, she seen my divorce mess I went through, so she got a
yeah,
piece of that.
yeah,
She was so happy. Let's see. Yeah, you gotta stop having a Harley in the living room or the dining room. There you go. Yeah. Let's see where we are. Bam Bam is rich. Man, I wish I was rich. Maximus, you send me dig up one of those coffee cans full of $100 bills in your backyard and send it over here to me. I take G Cash too. Yeah. You're building it in the living room, huh?
wow,
Yeah. That's it. Let's see. That's why, John.
Yeah,
Yeah, $1 is about 50
about
pesos. Yeah,
it
it
goes
goes up
higher
and
though.
down, up and
It
down.
goes higher.
Yeah.
So as you can see, you cannot blame Filipina to think that you have money because, well, you only have $1, and here it's big thing, 50
But
pesos.
the appearance,
It's
a lot
one
of
kilo
time,
of rice.
like a lot of time, the appearance, right? So I think Kenneth probably found out when he's in the Philippines, no matter how much money he had, they assume you're loaded. They assume. Everybody counts your pockets here. Oh, you're a foreigner. You're a loaded
Yeah.
person.
When you come here, a foreigner comes here and visit to the family would expect you pay for when you guys go to the restaurant.
And I'm over here like, where are you taking us to eat?
Still, he gets to pay.
Like, come on.
Yeah. But it's
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you guys for coming into our live stream. We thought we'd do a live stream, talk about some of the truths to
mhm,
why do Filipinos date, and some of the things that we said. We were told by Filipinos that are trying to date foreigners, some that have dated foreigners,
yeah,
and more. So,
agency.
again, some of the things that were said by people that weren't Filipinos. They just, Filipinos said, hey, this is why they do it. You don't know.
Well, one of my friends that came to the U.S. from Afghanistan told me it is a lot better to be poor in America than his home country.
Right.
Well, I could say the same too.
Yeah. We, we have definitely,
It's
said,
really
talked
different.
about that. It's
Yeah.
different. Poor in America and poor in the Philippines
Oh
is
man.
two different
When
things.
they said, "Oh, I'm poor here," and it's literally they don't eat three times a day.
Right. Yeah. Poor in America,
Poor
a
in
poor
America.
person in America probably has a car, probably got a nice place to stay,
Yeah.
probably wasting money on lottery tickets. That's poor.
Hey Kevin.
What's
All
up?
right.
Thank you, Kevin, for coming in. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So
So hopefully you guys
um,
heard some of our list there. If you
list.
got something you want to add to it,
Yeah.
here's your opportunity.
Yeah.
Let's put out that. There's the link. If somebody wants to come up, but remember, no matter who comes up and everything, it's always a
Yes,
conversation.
that's true,
It's
Maximus.
not one person's opinion is better, and
Yeah,
etc.
it's better than you guys can share us your opinions too. It's not like 100% for everybody. There's one fits on the, you know,
Yes.
yeah.
Maximus, you're
You're
100% there.
100% right,
Poor
Maximus.
in America as middle class Philippines. Yep.
Yes, yes, true. So,
Because I'm a poor American, but I'm not a poor Filipino.
yeah.
All right. In
That's
the,
why,
in the
well,
Philippines, I'm not poor.
listen to what you guys saying. Filipina, if you're poor, you said you're poor in America, then come
Right.
on.
Right.
There's the answer. Maximum says it's middle class in
Yeah.
the Philippines. You can still,
Right. We can still eat
yeah,
every day. We pay all our bills. It's good, but
yeah,
I'm not rich in America, so you know, so I'm definitely not rich in the Philippines
the,
either. But I'm not poor either.
yeah. The problem also in Filipinos have a good reputation and a bad reputation as well.
Right.
You can discern that some Filipinas only will marry you, not some, maybe rare,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know how many Filipinas you've
There's
met.
occasions.
That's occasion, yeah. So there's Filipina that will just go to America. Remember that one of the reason just to go to America and divorce their husband like that
We've
because
seen
their
it.
intention is
We've
just
we've seen it. Yes, gotta be. Hello, Filipina Desert Gardener.
hello
Hello.
FTG.
There he is, the man with the plan.
What's up? Yeah.
Whoa.
No. Hey, I figured, like we were talking today, I said, all of the things that, Mercio mentioned. Yeah. Most of those are conceptions a lot of people have.
Yes.
Like Filipinos think all Americans are rich.
Right.
And like your short little thing is, it's a real bummer for a Filipina who thinks that she landed, the golden goose when she finds out it's too to come to visit in the Philippines.
Right. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
or, I know some Filipinas that got married, and and then they came to the United States and they found out, well, their husbands, really, didn't have any money,
Right.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
and
Right.
And then divorce, bam.
Right. Well, I was straight up with Mercy before we got married or anything like that. I told her my financial situation. She knew where I worked at. She knew what I did.
Yeah,
I was a single dad, just been through a big divorce.
yeah.
I had
yeah.
some
Well, I
child.
mean, I would, I explain that to my wife too. I mean,
Yeah,
BJoy knows all about. I've actually been married more than once before her, and I was married to a Filipino before her, and she
yeah,
knows, she knows all about that and everything that
okay,
happened, so forth. And I,
mm,
fully honest about it.
yeah,
Oh, like I said, it's like when they go for when we were talking earlier today about, they go for the visa,
hmm,
and, you know, these guys, they go, they meet them, they talk on the internet for 6 months, they go over, spend 2 weeks, they, bring them to the United States
right,
and really don't know anything about it.
right,
They don't know, I mean, I know one man, he got married. He didn't even know that, the woman he married had 5 sisters living in the United States.
Whoa!
Yeah. You
wow,
he said, it just never came up. And, it ended
What?
up, yeah. He said, I said, what? You talked to her for 6 months, right? You went over and spent 2 weeks with her, and nowhere along the line you came across
Yeah,
the inkling that she had 5 sisters living in the United States plus 3 more in the Philippines.
right. Good Lord,
Yeah.
that's a conversation right there. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think my wife talked to any of my brothers and sisters before I got married. Did
Yeah.
you? She talked to my
Well, I
mom
mean,
when I got married, but not. I don't think any of my sisters. I talked to her dad.
his
She
mom
talked to my
convinced
mom.
me to marry him. His mom.
yeah.
He said,
Did his mom? Hey, hey, Mercy, did his mom explain? Okay, it's one-time purchase, no return, no refund.
yeah,
Yeah, you stuck with him for life. Yeah, you stuck
Yeah,
with him for life. No
that's,
return.
yeah,
She
yeah.
explained the no return policy. Okay. Yeah.
right. Can't bring
But
it
no.
back.
So yeah, I said, it just surprised me. Or like you said, I mean, the first Filipino I married, yeah, she actually believed in my backyard there was a tree that grew $100 bills,
Yeah, I
and
bet.
she was really disappointed when I took her back to her and I said, no, it's a lemon tree. It makes lemons. You make lemonade.
Right.
You
That's it. That's
know,
all you need.
there is no $100 bill tree in the backyard.
Uh,
Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, but and yeah, God bless her. She married a different man, and she's happy now. So I guess so. I,
There
I
you
have
go.
no idea where she is. You know,
Yeah.
I'm glad she got
Yeah.
everything she wanted.
There you go.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I say
That's
corn
it.
America means living in a nice house that is,
Yeah.
yeah, I disagree with Maximus, but yeah,
Yeah.
subsidized housing doesn't necessarily that good.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just a
that's
lot
kind of a
different.
generalization, huh?
Yeah. I said it's
Yeah.
like we were saying, it's a lot different. In the Philippines, poor, and in America, poor. It's just
It's so different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I told somebody, I said, yeah, Philippine poor is a whole lot different than American poor. But Americans, I mean, let's face it, living on the street in America is actually a lot worse than living on the street in the Philippines.
right. But it's
I
different
mean,
different weather. I mean, you got a lot of homeless in California because the climate is very similar to America too, right? So got a lot of places you can get
yeah.
stuff, and yeah,
And I used
yeah,
to feel sorry for people that lived on the street. And, like when I lived in Wisconsin, you'd feel sorry for the people in January that were living on the streets.
oh
I mean, they were finding a place when it was 10 below zero, trying to find a place to stay warm.
yeah, right,
At least people in the Philippines won't usually run into that issue.
right.
And people in the Philippines are much more caring than they are in the U.S. So being
Yeah,
poor in the Philippines isn't really that bad. If you're hungry, somebody will feed you. In the
Somebody.
United States, they'll walk past you.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, we got some people that are
See, but I married here now, Bill. Now, why did you marry a Philippine lady?
well, because I'm smart.
Yeah, well, see, that's me. See,
Yeah,
I married B-Joy for one very simple reason. If it wasn't for B-Joy, I'd probably be dead.
right.
Because I mean, I'm being serious. I mean, I did
Yeah,
such dangerous things. Here, Bill, I
yeah,
I grew up and I lived so dangerously. I walked inside my house with the shoes on. Yeah, I mean, I could have died. I didn't know.
yeah,
I mean, I wore shoes inside the house. Yeah. She
right.
imparts knowledge on me that I mean, they're way beyond her years. I mean, sometimes
Right.
I'm amazed that I made it as long as I did. I did not know how to wash my hands until I got married to her.
you doing you were doing it all wrong.
Yeah, and like I told somebody, I said, just remember one thing, right? You can be correct or you can be happy. I'm a very happy man. I haven't been correct for years.
Right. One of these days, you might be correct when you're talking to somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Just not the wife.
That
I mean,
important.
I stopped using Google. I married a Filipina.
Right. You, though, in all seriousness, I never imagined marrying somebody outside of my country or anything like that. I was not
Yeah.
well traveled before. I've been outside of America, but I wasn't in the armed services, so I didn't go all over the world. And I went,
Right.
vacation here, vacation there, but that's about it. My outside of the world is I
Yeah.
went to Jamaica. Let's go.
Well, like somebody told me, I mean, I had somebody, get in my face and said, "What, America? You can't, you don't want to marry a real American."
Right.
I looked at him. I said, "No, I mean, Native American women just don't really do it for me." I said, "You married, he says, I'm talking about white women." I said, "Yeah, you mean like the European women you married?"
Right.
I mean, what's an American?
Right.
I always laugh when people say American. Okay, my
Right.
grandfather was born in Germany.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, my my mother's side of the family, they were from they're mixed. We're mixed, so we're Native American and Irish. So and then she met my
Oh
dad.
gosh.
So
So you don't know whether, yeah. So when you look in the mirror, you don't know whether to smile or slap yourself.
I'm just glad I came out so beautiful. You know,
Yeah,
it's
no, but yeah, I always laugh when people say, "Well, real Americans." I say, "Okay, explain to me what a real American is."
exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get asked all the time.
I mean,
Where you from? America. So you're American? I mean, yeah, I'm American, but that's not a nationality. or that's not. White doesn't mean you're
Well,
American.
I've got a real good, I've got a, I have a real good friend. I have a real good friend. She's a nurse. She's actually, way up in the nursing world in Arizona, and and she happens to be Filipina.
Hmm.
And somebody said told her, well, they should give that job to a real American. And she said, well, let me think about it. My great grandmother was born in the United States,
Yeah.
and so was my great grandfather. They came to the United States. They came to Arizona when Arizona was a territory before it became a state in 1913. They lived in Phoenix. I was,
Wow.
my entire family's been here for 5 generations.
Right.
Where'd you come from?
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
yeah, it's so what is an American? It's somebody that I told somebody. I said what we call Americans are somebody that came from somewhere else.
Yeah. And,
And if you don't want to hear that, that's too bad.
to tell them what a blending pot that America is. It's not like, when you're here in the Philippines, it's mostly Philippines people that's here in the country. But, like where I lived at, there's people from all over the place. So we had Vietnamese neighbors, we had
Mhm.
people from Nigeria lived down the
Yeah,
street, people across the road there's a Filipino lady and her husband lived over there, and so it's so different.
yeah.
It's quite
I'm kind of watching a lot of the comments go here. Maximus keeps talking about like Americans don't want to work. That's not true. Americans want to work. It's just you know a lot of Americans aren't qualified for the jobs we have open.
Well,
I mean, like the work that I do, I always told them, I said, when I retire, I don't know who's taking my job,
mm,
right?
you
Um,
can
you
do it.
know, because there's
Yeah,
college kids that come up to me, college graduates that come up to me all the time asking me to solve their problems. So I don't know who's doing my job when I leave.
right.
Um,
That'd be their
it's
problem.
part of it is, yeah, it's not, and actually once B-Joy gets there, it will not be my problem. We,
That's
we
it.
pretty much have the plan down pat.
That's
You know?
awesome.
So yeah, Philo
Speaking,
in the Philippines.
Philo is in the house. Philo's from the same area that I'm from,
Indiana.
so Speedway,
Yes.
Indiana.
Indiana wants me. Yeah. But your song is Indiana Wants Me, right?
I know back home again in Indiana.
Yeah. I thought it was Indiana Wants Me. Something about wanted posters in the post office or something.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wanted dead or alive.
Oh,
But well,
yeah, yeah. It's
I said, yeah.
uh,
But Philo's up in the Indianapolis area, wasn't he? From
yeah, that's Speedway is pretty much in Indianapolis. It used to be a separate town outside of Indianapolis, but Indianapolis kind
yeah,
of just ate it up. So yeah, that's where we're from.
yes,
I could walk across the Coke field and be at the track. That's why the month of May in high school didn't go hand in hand for me. So I would
yeah,
go to
yeah.
the track time.
Well, see, I went to high school back a long time ago, and my problem was I went to high school in Florida,
Oh
and when I was 16, I bought a motorcycle.
yeah.
Right?
Oh,
My neighbor, I had a neighbor that was whose son was killed in Vietnam, so I inherited their Sportster. And
wow.
at 16, and the fact that I had to walk out of the homeroom at high school and walk past the parking lot, and I walked past that motorcycle, and it kept calling me. It says the beach, the beach, the beach. Yeah, yeah. That last year of my high school just went downhill from there.
Yeah,
There's a motorcycle in the beach every day.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I can
so,
definitely imagine
yeah, I
that.
know what that's like.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's about 10 minutes.
Philo's about 10 minutes. Yeah, and Philo's up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Tim's up there. Tim's up there in the Great White North of Luzon.
The Great White West.
Yeah, yeah, the Great White North of Luzon. Yeah. I told somebody, I said, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Sooner or later, you're going to see snow up in the mountains of, of the North Philippines. It's coming. It will happen. Sooner than people think, but it's going to happen. Which will freak people out in the Philippines.
Yeah. I tried to look it up if there was ever snow here ever, any recorded record. And somebody had made a joke, like saying it snow flurries.
I think there was, yeah, way back, like in the last 100 years, I think there was one time there was small snow flurries way up in the mountains in the north part of the Philippines.
Yeah.
I think but it was over 100 years ago. I remember reading something about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to it's going to happen. I mean, you now get freezing weather all the way down through South Texas, so yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Philo, welcome in, and Judy Fisher is saying hi.
Yeah. That's why that's one of the reasons I married a Filipina, is because like women like Judy Fisher, Judy married Chris, so that she's out of the market, So that leaves very few good, women in the U.S. for me to even look at. Yeah, yes, I am sucking up to Judy because she's mad at me anyways.
Judy, you're not too mad at him, are you? He says some crazy stuff sometimes, but don't get too mad. Just let it pass.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judy's my sweetheart.
Yeah, Hailstorm, yeah. I've never seen, like there was a video somebody made that looked kind of real. And that was the only one that I ever seen where there was like some flurries. I was just trying to look it up because, I've talked to some Filipinos that swear they have a winter in the Philippines. I was like, you ain't got no winter here.
I mean, here in Bangkok, well, actually, if you go to the north part, the north, areas of Thailand, in the wintertime, it'll actually get down to almost freezing, and every once in a while they'll have snow flurries.
Really?
Up in the mountains in certain areas here, and especially like if you get up north towards the old Burma, and that you'll run into snow flurries. It won't stick on the ground, but they'll be there. It'll get a little cool at night. But you also get that in Mendadao, like up where I got the farm. I mean, I've seen it get down in the low 40s at night.
Have you? See, I keep getting told about these magical numbers, so I go stay at these places, right? And every time I go and stay, the lowest I've ever felt is about maybe low 70s, maybe 73 degrees or so. That's as low. I always take my temperature deal with me. So I'm like, they've got coats on and stuff.
Yes, but you got to get up. Yeah, I'm talking up, up where I have the farm. It'll get down. It's quite often you'll get into the low 60s at night.
Really?
To get the daytime high will only get in the low 70s. You get like Malay Balai, get up by Malay Balai, and you can see temperatures in the 60s and 70s there as highs, and it'll get down in the 50s and 60s at night.
Right.
But and that, trust me, you get people out of like Davao and your area, Santos. You bring them up there, right? You better have parkas for them, because you're not getting them out. You're not getting them away from a fire. They'll burn out. If you have a bamboo house, they're burning it down for heat.
Now, where we stayed with, where H2H got married, we were up on the side of the mountain, and it was cold, and they wanted to build us a big fire. They wanted to do a fire that night and stuff, and set it up for us. And while they were talking about how cold it was and how freezing it was, I went and jumped in the pool, and me and my son was in there swimming. And it's supposed to be, oh, we need a bonfire. It's so cold. I was like, you don't need no bonfire. It's not even
Well, that's
cold.
like,
It's like 70s.
yeah.
I'll
Well, that's
go.
like when I told BJ, I said, well, don't worry. I said, I'll take you up, I'll take you up to, I still have a property up in North Wisconsin. I said, we'll go up there in January, when the temperature is like minus 20. And she looked at me and says, minus 20. There's no such thing as minus 20.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Minus 20, yeah.
Yeah. You don't know.
I'm not Scotty B. I'm Scoot B, but yeah, I'm in Bukidnon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's Scoot B and Scotty B's in the chat somewhere.
What? Yeah, I saw Scotty B here.
Yeah, he was
Scotty
here.
B's actually, I think Scotty B's somewhere in Michigan.
Yeah.
Because he's one of those guys about from the team we won't the roots for the team we won't talk about.
Right. He's always sad on Sunday. Always sad on Sunday.
Sad on, yeah, okay, yeah, that's the way to call it. That's what I told him. I said, we just we won't mention the team. We'll just call you the sad on Sunday guys.
Right. And of course, every Thanksgiving Day, they can't get away with Thanksgiving. Like, who's going to beat up on the Lions this year?
Yeah. Who's going to be thankful on Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah. There it is.
Do you have property in the Rhinelander area? Actually, it is real close to Rhinelander. Tomahawk.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah. Nakano County, that area. Why are you a cheese? Yeah.
Yeah.
Proud owner of his own cheesehead hat.
So is POD. He might not be as proud though.
Yeah, POD even has one.
Yeah, tease him about it all the time. But once you break out that cheese head and wear it out, people would think you're extra crazy. Yeah.
Hold on just a second here.
Uh-oh. Welcome in, everybody. In case I missed anybody, welcome. If anybody wanted to come up, we did. Who is that?
Sneak in.
Oh, I don't know if my internet's going bad or something. It was spinning there. Like it didn't want to post that. Yeah, welcome.
Let's see. Where was it? My wife says, why do you have that picture on your phone? Who wouldn't want this picture on their phone?
Oh man, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, good sport though. Gotta love Bill. He's a good sport. Hey, so I was at the store just before this, right? With B-Joy, right? And now there's something seriously wrong in the translation here in Thailand.
Yeah.
That you get real banana cornflakes made with banana puree. Right? And my wife's like, what do you mean? It's just, okay, they're cornflakes. You cannot make cornflakes with bananas.
Right.
That's like real banana ketchup.
Right.
Ketchup and bananas have nothing in common.
Right. Yeah. And then they throw real on there too. What?
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah.
I think we might even have some of that banana.
What, banana cornflakes?
I think so, man. That box looked pretty familiar.
So anyway,
buy it.
Picture might have broken the screen, yeah.
Yeah, Hopefully it doesn't burn into your screen, huh?
Yeah, well, no, I don't leave it up for that long.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh-oh. There it is. I thought I had seen it.
banana cornflakes. There you go.
We got them bad boys too. Made out of real banana cornflakes.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah. Made with real banana puree.
right. With I don't know where these bad boys were
I know
made.
they show chunks of banana on there, but I opened up the box and I looked. I didn't see any chunks of banana inside there at all.
There's
I
no
just
chance.
saw what appeared to look like cornflakes, and I tasted one, and it did not taste like a cornflake.
I was trying to see where this was made. It's got Thai writing on it.
Yeah, it's probably made here in Thailand.
Yeah, probably so. I just see some
'Cause my wife bought some for I mean,
made
that's
in
her thing. Right now, B Joy's packing up a huge box to send to the Philippines. Because, like I said, she's got that business where she's doing that,
Thailand.
and yeah. So we went and had dinner, and then after we ate dinner, she had to go shopping for the stuff to send in the box.
Right.
So she just bought 6,000 baht, which is about $200 worth of stuff at the grocery store. So
Right.
she's going to have a banner day at the store, at the store her and her daughters run,
Yeah.
because she took my credit card, she paid for it all.
Right.
Yeah. And I said, oh yeah, I said, I might as well have just bought crypto. I ain't seeing my money ever again.
Yeah. But somehow their store is getting
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they used a banana puree to sweeten the cornflakes. No, I think they actually just turned it yellow and turned it into something.
Sweet.
Actually, the one they had here, they're called Mr. Chips. Right? They look like Pringles, but they're actually banana chips.
Oh, really?
And they salt them like they're potato chips. They look like a Pringles potato chip, but they're made with bananas.
Wow.
That's another thing they sell here in Thailand that I thought was kind of an interesting take.
Yeah.
And it's called Mr. Chips, and it's got a guy on the front that kind of looks like the Pringles guy. If I told somebody, I said, if you were not sober, you'd probably think they were, because it's in a red package, you'd probably think they were Pringles.
Right.
But
Yes.
white man finding brown partner. What's that?
That's John being silly.
Huh.
John just talking about
Well, I'm currently I'm in Thailand. I'm in Bangkok right now.
yeah.
My wife works here in Bangkok, so I'm here in Bangkok in our in this beautiful studio apartment overlooking the basketball court, which is actually tomorrow will be great because tomorrow morning is the all the Filipinos that work at the hospital meet and they have their basketball games here. And nothing like a bunch of 5'2" basketball stars.
And they can hoop in slippers and yeah. Scoot is also married to a Filipina.
Mm-hmm.
But they're in Thailand right now.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Mercy was here in Thailand. This is a great. Actually, I told people, I said, Thailand's a great place actually to meet Philippine women.
Yeah.
Instead of because they're completely different than if they were in Philippines.
Right.
Because they take care of themselves. They're independent. And a lot of them have a story as to why they're here. I'm sure Mercy worked here so she could send money home to support her children. She didn't come here, she didn't come here to party. She didn't come here, to do whatever. She came here to do a job, and gosh darn it, she's going to do it.
She didn't have married first.
And when I married B-Joy, I said, well, here, go back to the Philippines, spend time with your children. She said, no, it's not your responsibility. My responsibility to pay for them. And she's until her visa's done. So that goes into that whole gold digging thing.
Right.
I offered to support her and her children.
Right.
And instead, she just said, no, it's give the money and for building the house and doing things like that, the business, whatever.
Right.
But she'll take care of that.
Yeah. Yep. And definitely, you'll see, when you have one that's serious and you got a good one, that's the type of stuff they say. Now, when you find the bad one, they don't like, yeah, I'm quit working.
Mhm.
I'm doing nothing.
That's a red flag for a Filipina single mom. If you don't have a job and they keep asking a foreigner, that's red flag right there.
Yeah.
But
they're
if
not
the
trying.
single mom is
Yeah.
working, had her own little sari store, didn't ask any
Something.
money, yeah,
Whatever
that's
she's
a good
doing.
one.
I mean, I always tell this story. I said, I remember, when I was married to the first Philippine lady, and I used to go over quite a bit, to the Philippines. I was living in Kuwait at the time, but, spent a lot of time between Kuwait and the Philippines.
Right.
And I had a real good friend of mine, I happened to be British, that lived in Cagayan de Oro, and he owned 4 internet cafes. And this is, this goes back into the mid 2005 area, and I used to laugh. I used to call her Yahoo, I used to call her the Yahoo Queen. She could get 3 computers going, have 4 different guys on each screen, and roll around between them holding 12 different chats without any one of them knowing that she wasn't talking exclusively to them.
Crazy.
But she was smart. She told me, she says she only gets them for $50 to $100 each month.
Wow.
She'd hit them all up, for $50, $100 each month. And I said, well, multiply that by 12. That ain't a bad gig. And she was pulling in over $1,000 a month, not counting her birthday, which they coughed up extra for, or any one of her 6 imaginary kids.
Right.
She had it down pat. I mean, she had notes. She had notes sitting on the table. She had it down pat.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're out there. The gold diggers are out there, but they're actually pretty far. I mean, most of the Filipinas I've met are pretty sincere women.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta, when it's only online type situation, you gotta look for those red flags and don't be so in love that you can't see the red flag waving and smacking you in your face, right? That's what we try.
Yeah, I mean, like I told somebody, I said, I married a Filipina, and she had real jealousy issues. I mean, she was jealous. I mean, when I was over there, I mean, the night before I left, she went into a tirade at the hotel that, the hotel manager came and wanted to know if he needed to call the police.
Right.
Because she started throwing things in the room.
Crazy.
Because she was jealous. She was jealous because I had talked to her sister the day before.
Just talking?
I mean, she said, I was in the comfort room and then you're yakking to my sister and this and that. And I said, well, we were staying at your mom's house. Your sister asked me a question or something. And I said, and then she just, but and the thing was, is then I still sponsored her to come to the United States and marry her. I said, and I told somebody, he said, that should have been a big red flag for me.
Right.
Because when she got to the United States, it went downhill. Oh, you're flirting with every waitress, every girl that walks down the street. I'd have to drive and be afraid to turn my head, to see if there's traffic coming because there might be some woman standing 3 blocks away, and she would go ballistic. So,
Crazy.
like you said, a lot of guys miss the red flags, and I'm guilty of being there.
Hey.
Experience.
So, sometimes we're so deep in it that we can't see those red flags. And with Merce, we talked about that jealousy deal. Because it's so hard to be in the LDR. Everybody knows. Anyway, and then if you have jealousy issues on top of that, like good Lord.
Yeah.
So
it's like B-Joy. It's like B-Joy and I. Like with B-Joy, we joke about it all the time. I'll talk to her and she's, I gotta go. Like today's man, this male nurse that she worked with. He just left 4 o'clock this afternoon. We dropped him off at the airport, and he's on his way to New York City, and he's got a job actually starting in a month in Fargo, North Dakota, as a registered nurse.
Yeah, awesome.
And I was kidding her. I said, now you got to leave Thailand. You're going to get your visa. There's no reason for you to stay. Your boyfriend's going to be gone. I won't be here. So, there's nothing, I said, there's no man here for you. And she just laughed, But, but I told her the one time, I said, here, now, Mercy, you understand this, right? Bill says, I have a really nice car. I love my car. I enjoy driving my car, right? But that does not mean if he sees the Lamborghini driving down the road that his eyes won't go like this and follow it. Doesn't mean he wants to buy the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Just looking. That's what I told BJ. I said, yeah, if a beautiful girl walks by, yeah, I can look.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I want her. Just, wow, that's a beautiful looking gal.
Right.
Is it just like, when the guy walks by and, and the muscles are all like this? I said, Mercy's going to turn her head and look like, okay,
No,
Then I remind, and then Bill, you can remind Mercy just like I do with BJ. Hey, that looks just like me.
Right.
I like chubby choo choo.
Now,
Chubby Choo Choo. Oh, wait. What was that nickname? Chubby Choo Choo? Bam. Well, you're gonna live that one down. Chubby Choo Choo.
Oh no, that's not what she calls me. She just likes big guys.
Chubby Choo Choo.
Send me that on a t-shirt, guys.
But at first, mostly Filipinas really are a jealous, they're jealous. But the jealous is when I tell him, hey, don't be like talking to strange ladies without,
Right.
because there's also Filipinas that will steal your husband here. It's so normal. So I'm just for that marking my territories. Like this is my territory. But here's the thing: as the longer the relationship of a married couple, you guys learn to trust each other. So I can sense the friend if they have if we can talk to a lady, I don't mind anymore. She's very transparent. I'm transparent, so she talk to any lady who like to.
Judy said it right. You're wed, not dead.
Right.
But hey, Mercy. The only thing is, remember one thing: the longer you're married to Bill, the more you're going to look like him.
I thought I'm already.
She's already got the chubby going.
Wait till you start to grow the beard.
Hold on.
I know that's the opposite. It's in here.
Oh, okay.
Here and here. If I cut
He's
hair,
growing. He's growing it here. You're growing it here.
Yes, Scotty Reed.
Actually, yes. I know. Hey,
actually,
I met it
never married a
in
Filipino.
2000, and I'm on to say 2003, 2002, 2003. I was in Manila, right? And there was a gentleman there. He's about 70 years old. And him and his wife, right? His wife, right, was a beautiful young, about 32-year-old Filipina that happened to be a cardiac surgeon, right? And they were from California. They'd just been home to visit. Now he married his wife. She was a doctor in the Philippines when he was 65. So they've been married about 7 years, I think. They were, he's telling me, and she was a cardiac surgeon, now working in California, probably making a whole lot of money.
She's stacking it up.
And they had a 2-year-old daughter.
Wow.
And I mean,
it's a very rare story, though.
Some foreigners have married Filipinas that make a whole lot more money than they do.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy really didn't have a lot of money, but
it's not usually that they have a lot, in the Philippines maybe, but once they get to America and they have their own, nurses can make quite a bit of money in the Philippines or in America. So,
Yeah.
like if she was a nurse and I was working at my job, she would have been making more than I would
Yeah.
have been. So,
Well, I mean, like I said, BJ's a registered nurse, and
yeah,
I kind of joked with her. I said, I got the perfect plan. Once your visa's done next week, you know, we sell the house. We'll buy you like one of these RV campers. Then you can get a job as a traveling nurse that pays like $3,000-4,000 a week. You
right,
can work for 6 months. Then we'll go to the Philippines for 6 months. I can drive the trailer to whatever state we're in. We park it
right,
there. I'll take you to work every morning. I bring you to I'll bring you like a peanut butter sandwich for lunch. I'll pick you up every night, and then you give me allowance every week.
right.
She was all in
Yes.
for the idea until I said she gives me allowance.
Done messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dang.
You should have
She said, what?
said give a salary for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
amount.
yeah.
She said,
Make me
yeah. Then
spank it.
she reminded me that there was two types of money in this relationship. There was our money and her money, and the
Right,
two will never mix. Yeah, and she'll
right,
keep track of our money. Her money, don't worry about.
yeah. Never you mind. What's up, Tony? Good to see you in here, my friend.
Now there's one to talk, Franceschi. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Franceschi married for love, not money.
Is that what she did?
No money.
Yeah.
No. I don't think so.
Well, actually, like I told somebody, I said, that I do know some Filipinas that married men for money, but I've
Yeah,
never met one of them that was happy.
yeah,
But I have met a few of them,
right.
and the ones that married men for money usually aren't very happy.
Yeah. We knew some, in America there that married their husband to get to America, and it was so
Yeah,
obvious. It wasn't even like they were in a relationship. Uh,
yeah.
they were even
But
telling Murphy on the side that they were had their boyfriends on the side and all that stuff. And why
I
ain't
mean,
she doing anything? That
I
kind of
know,
thing.
yeah, I know a gentleman. He married the gal. He brought her over on a fiance visa. They got married 6 months later. She filed for divorce, and
Oh,
because she found some other guy on the internet. Yeah, and then she married him, stayed with him for about, had a child with him, stayed with him about 2 years, divorced him, and went
Mm,
on to another guy, had a child with him, divorced him,
wow.
and
that's
and
good.
well, good thing she's in California because she gets like 25% of their gross, you know, on each of them. So she's living fairly well, you know,
Yeah, I
living
bet.
fairly well, you know,
They can
and
figure it
doesn't
out.
have to work. So yeah, yeah. Kenneth says my wife doesn't want to come to the States.
Right.
I
That's
mean,
you.
DJ wants to come to the States, and and actually, here's a conversation. You know,
Right.
Mercy, you were in the United States. Did you get a U.S. passport?
Yes.
She is a
Why?
U.S. citizen.
Because I get
Why
the
did you get a U.S. passport? Hmm?
why did I get the US
Yeah. What advantage do you have having a U.S. passport?
uh one is if I get in trouble. They don't get me to kick me out in the
In the
US.
U.S.
What?
Well, she's a U.S. citizen, so therefore, if she got in trouble, she ain't gonna get
Right?
kicked out. If she had
Yeah.
a green
If
Well,
card,
then,
you
got
only
kicked
have
out.
green card and you have little of like yeah.
Mercy. You can't get in trouble in the United States if you hide his body. Right? If they don't find the body, you won't be in trouble.
It's the other
Yeah.
way around. What are you saying?
She
You
No,
got
can't
digging
no,
the
no.
hole.
I mean, I had this conversation with BJ. I said, "Why do you want to get a U.S. passport?" Well, she said, "Well, then you can travel." I said, "Well, you can travel almost everywhere you with a U.S.
that's
passport
the
that
second
you
one.
can with a Philippine passport." Now,
Privilege.
yes, there are some countries. There are some countries where you have to get a visa to go if you
Right.
have a Philippine passport that you don't with a U.S. passport. But it's not like a U.S. passport's like a Japan passport, where Japan passport you can go almost anywhere in the world with no visa. I think
Right.
you have to have a visa to go to North Korea and Russia and one other country. I think Somalia. You have to have a visa if you have a Japanese passport. Those are the only 3 countries in the world that require, United
US,
States and the Philippines. Almost everyone that you need for a pass, for a visa for Philippines, I think there's like 8 countries you can go to with a U.S. passport that you won't need a visa. And if you have a green card, you can come and go to the United States anytime you want.
yeah. But still, the green card have issues nowadays since the situation happened too. Some people can't get out of here from the Philippines. They won't let them.
Because they
No,
only have
there's
a green
Yeah.
card.
yeah.
But here, but here's the one thing you inherited with the U.S. passport. You now have to file U.S. income taxes for the rest of your life.
Right.
It's okay.
Even
I
if
don't
Bill
like
dies,
God bless America.
you have to file income tax, okay? And you inherited $250,000 worth of the U.S. debt. That came with the passport.
But still, compared to the Philippines, America is a blessed country. Still blessed. I don't know. I can say 50 years from now, but now it's still the American is a blessed place.
I don't know what's
I mean,
going on.
well, here, Maximus says if you have no income, what would they can file? Well, yeah, actually, no. If you're a U.S. passport holder, I know a Philippine lady that got in trouble because she had retired and gone to the Philippines, and she didn't file taxes in the Philippines when she was living in the Philippines because she was a dual citizen. She says, well, I don't have any income. Well, yes, she did. She had businesses in the Philippines. They created income. Right now in the Philippines, because she made less than $90,000 US a year, she didn't have to file taxes in the Philippines. But she made over $40,000 US in the Philippines, and she got in trouble with the IRS because she didn't file U.S. taxes on her $40,000. So yeah, it includes any money you make in the Philippines is included on your U.S. taxes. So yeah, that comes with your U.S. passport.
Sorry, our dogs are going crazy. I don't. Maybe they're getting fed or something. I don't know what's happening. Is that what's happening? So,
Takes 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
yeah. So hopefully they'll come back down. Yeah. Yeah. It's we file taxes every year, and actually I gotta
Yeah.
tax day is coming up. Yes.
Like I said, I don't see a huge advantage. I don't, unless you're going to travel a lot, I don't see a huge advantage for a Filipino to get a U.S. passport. Is what I'm trying to say. Like for BJoy, we talked about it. Is it worth getting a U.S. passport just to,
Right. Well, she'd have to.
just to say you have one?
Yeah, she'd have to stay in the U.S. for a little while before she could get
She
her
can.
citizenship. To get her passport, and then she'd be able to apply for dual citizen like she did.
Right.
And,
But you have two choices to travel. Like if you guys, she can come here and can get out anytime because she had two passports.
right.
That's advantage if you guys want to leave 6 months, 6 months.
Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. ET Travel. Thank you for
ET travel freely.
ET phone home and travel and you don't marry the daddy. What about you? 5, 0, 2.
Yeah, in the U.S. you have to file income, zero income. Yeah, technically, yeah, you have to file taxes even if you don't make money.
But filing taxes is not, don't mean you're paying just because you.
Yeah, but currently, yeah, currently, currently the current state of the IRS is, if you don't file taxes now, it'll probably take them 20 years to figure out you haven't.
Right.
They're that far behind and screwed up.
Yeah. So messed up. They got into too much stuff.
Yeah. I find that one kind of funny,
Yeah.
because actually half of my adult life I haven't lived in the United States.
Right.
I've lived in foreign countries most of my adult life.
Right.
So 30 out of the last 50 years I've lived outside of the U.S.
Right.
In other countries.
And I haven't. This is my first time.
And I was kind of laughing, when you get these great Americans that tell you how great, the United States is, and how everything's better in the United States than it is in foreign countries that have never been there. I always find them kind of funny.
Yeah. And I find it crazy here too. You'll get a, we talk about the so-called expat expert.
Yeah.
He came to this country, went to one place, like say he flew into Cebu. He's only been in Cebu, never been anywhere else in the Philippines, and he's going to be the.
Well, I mean, he's traveled to traveled over to Boracay, or went to Kamangan Island, or maybe visited Samo Island. Yep, and they're an expert on the entire what it's like to live in Manila or wherever. Yeah. I've seen that.
He's an expert in the Philippines. Like, what?
There's a gentleman I used to listen to, watch every once in a while, and him and I had kind of a falling out. He says, you keep talking about the Philippines like Angeles City is like all of the Philippines. All of the Philippines is the same as Subic Bay. It's not.
It's not.
I mean,
It's different.
where you live, and actually where you live and where I live, like where I live in Bukidnon, right?
Yeah.
And where you live is completely different than living in Davao.
Yeah.
If you lived in Davao, that would be like it would be like saying living in Los Angeles is the same as living in Atlanta. It's not. Tampa, Florida, and LA have nothing in common with each other.
Right. Jack, we are live again. This is the live stream that we were supposed to have this morning. Mercy was having a live stream. I didn't do the live, or she didn't do the live stream this morning. I got on and did a live stream, but my live stream was just ranting. So so she wanted to do her live stream. She came out with a list and stuff, and she wanted to do her live stream. So this is her topic. So yes.
So yeah, back to the original thing, like why do Filipinos, and I mean, Mercy hit most of it, but a lot of people believe it's that they're doing it just because of money or or prestige or whatever, and that's really not even close. Most of the Filipinos I know, that not really, they're a thing.
Right.
There are some out there, but not all.
Some, that depends on who you met here.
Right. Where you pick them up at?
Yeah.
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 Jack, that's the thing. Yeah. Talk to POD if you want to hear your nose.
How is it? Is that his saying?
Yeah.
I always say no if he tells me. No.
No, I don't know.
That's my problem.
That's one of those Wisconsin things.
Yeah. There you go.
She just wanted something different.
Welcome in. Did she get something different, or did you give her the same old dilly?
What about you, Mercy? Did you get everything you wanted when you married Bill?
No.
No.
But women, there's always something they're looking. But come on, there's imperfect. They're all imperfect.
Nobody's
if I'm
perfect,
not satisfied here, the next one comes. I will never be satisfied. So just stay with one problem.
Yeah.
She married the broken down.
Just one problem. Why are you making more? It's more complicated. You know.
That's
You
it.
went from the chubby pokey to the problem.
That problem.
Yeah,
Just
problem
that's the problem.
solved. Problem to solve. To get a solution.
Because everybody's got issues.
Yeah.
It's just
I have
how big are
problems
their
too.
issues, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're, you know, it's
Well, I
still
mean, yeah, that's what I always tell. B-Joy, he said, she'll say, oh, you think, that, in the U.S., you know everything because you're from the USA. No, I don't, but, I know that buying crypto is a bad idea.
just because they
And-
speak English.
But she did it, and now that she lost all her money, now it's my fault. Why didn't I stop her?
Why did you let me do that? Yeah, it's
Bigger, different now.
yeah, it's there's differences no matter what. If you date a foreigner or somebody from a different culture, I mean, just like people in America or people outside America says America doesn't have any cultures. Like you're so crazy. There's so many different cultures in America that it's hard to
They
keep
don't
track
even
of it.
understand same English with different accents.
Well, here, right? My history. I mean, I married a couple of foreigners in the past. Right?
Right.
I mean, my first wife was from Germany.
Yeah.
Right? Completely different than an
Right.
American woman.
Right.
Right? And my second wife was from Georgia, and me being from Wisconsin, that was like a completely different country she was
Right.
from. I mean, she was from Styx, Georgia.
Right.
And I mean, her ideas, and mine were completely foreign to each other. But yeah, I mean, if you live in the United States, if you live in California, you would venture to Alabama, it'd be like you were in a completely different country.
Right.
South Indiana and North Indiana are completely different.
I remember growing up in Indiana, and then we go back to my home state, Kentucky, there, and visit my relatives. And it was like we crossed the border. You know what I'm saying? It's like
You're like, did I need to get my passport stamped here at the bridge?
I can remember looking at some of my relatives, wondering what in the world are they talking about? Because they were, my mother had, she talked very hillbilly, but they talked so bad, I couldn't even keep up. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. I just don't. I can't get it.
Thank you, Philo.
Thank you. Appreciate you, my friend.
Hey, Philo, take care.
Um,
Yeah, I just kind of laugh. I just kind of laugh though, when people talk, about marrying, like I said, what's a foreigner anymore
Right.
in the United States?
Right. U.S. It's all mishmash. What's up the
I mean,
rich?
Judy lives in New Jersey, right?
Right.
Now, what does New Jersey have in common with Idaho? I have no idea. If you grabbed Judy and dropped her in Boise, she'd probably be lost in about 3 seconds.
Right. Yes. The Rickster, thank you for coming in, hanging out with us. That's my lifelong friend there in Indiana. He is originally from Michigan, but he doesn't root for those lose on Sunday team. He's a Steelers fan. I see he's having a thing.
Yeah, originally from Michigan, and we won't hold that against him.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, you like my thumbnail? I'm trying to get better with my thumbnails, yeah.
He's working on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up. If I'm talking about a Filipina, my wife stopped putting on the swimsuit for me,
No,
so I just grabbing a picture and sticking that.
Yeah. Just put whatever.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, you're better off married than being single.
I am.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, like with me, like I always say, if it wasn't for B-Joy, I mean, there's so many things I've done wrong in my entire life. She reminds me every day.
she got a list.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's got all this knowledge she's been saving up. She gives me a little bit every day. I was hoping she'd get it all out in 1 month, but it's been going on for years now. She's tidbits of information. Like, yeah.
If anybody, I think I threw down the link there. If anybody else wanted to come up, we were talking about why Filipinas marry foreigners. That was our main topic tonight. And now we're kind of talking about.
Tropical Tim is in the house. But it's not just why do foreigners marry Filipinas?
That's coming up. That's another.
Yeah. I mean,
very interesting.
That's one. I mean, I had that conversation. It's amazing some of the concepts that people that have, people that are not married to Filipinas, some of the things they think Filipinas do.
Right.
I ran down this list of ideas that I had heard from men with B-Joy. She laughed 9 out of 10.
Right.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, Filipinas are very submissive.
What?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Filipinas will do anything their husband tells them to.
Where'd you get that?
Yeah. But there are men that believe that.
Yeah, I know. I've seen some of them on here talking. Like, what? You're gonna have a reality check, buddy, because you're gonna get hit in the head with a shoe and
A slipper.
Filipinas never argue.
right.
Seriously?
We didn't
Is
do
that
much
fake
other.
news? It's a fake news.
Our first year of marriage, that was our pastime. We didn't go to the movies. We
Our
argued.
hobby. We argue.
I said Filipinas never argue. That's right up to next to Filipinas are always on time.
Right.
Whoa. Blow my head. Woo.
Speak.
I mean, if you ever want punctual, I mean, when I hear the word punctual, I think Filipino.
Right.
I think he's a guest in that next show, huh?
Yeah. Speaking of marriages, being married to a Filipino, let's talk about the expert.
The expert.
There's Tropical Tim. He 40 years. Let's go. Everybody congratulate him. Him and Ray. 40 years.
40 years. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, he married a saint. I mean, Tim married a saint. You realize Tropical Tim and I grew up about probably 8 blocks from each other, 6 to 8 blocks from each other. Or he went to high school about 8 blocks from where I lived. And actually, it was during busing, so I went to the high school near his house. He went to the one near mine.
Yeah.
If that made any sense? Yeah. Tim Jasiak says he doesn't know any Filipino like that. Yeah, I don't either, but I've heard guys, telling me these stories about, these, mythical Filipinas.
Mysticals.
Slap them with the truth.
These diamonds out there that. Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. Bill can attest to it. Anything that Bill says, Mercy does. She never questions anything. If he says, I need you to clean the floor right now, she drops what she's doing and hits him with the broom.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. She's smacked me.
Hey, all I can say here is no comment.
She tells me I get to ask her, not that she's gonna do it, but I get to ask her 3 things a day. And that's my limit. I can ask 3 things. Don't mean she's gonna do it, but ask. Like, honey, do you mind passing me that coffee cup over here? Oh, that's one. Say what?
Yeah,
You
I mean,
Hey, I wanted you
That's
to pass it on.
so.
Yeah.
that's pretty much the same with B-Joy. I mean, I can ask. Doesn't mean
Right,
so it doesn't even mean I'm going to even get a response. I'll just, throw it out there.
right. Hey, you feel like
I
making
mean,
something for breakfast?
yeah.
There's two. I was just asking if you're making it. Huh?
I
So
mean, I
before
asked her this morning. I said, "Hey," I said, "what's for breakfast?" And she said, "Whatever you're cooking." I said, "Oh, okay." So I knew I was making breakfast. Yeah.
that's why you got banana flavored cereal, huh? Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. That's our friend.
Yeah, he knows us many years, especially me. He worked with me and then for me for many years.
Well, hey, Maximus, you have it all wrong. My wife never argues. Just ask her.
You don't even know it's nothing. Man.
Yeah. I've never heard my wife argue once. Because I asked her, I said, "Are you arguing with me?" She said, "No." All right, so that answers that question.
Okay. I didn't make that in the line.
And
Yeah,
as it should be. I mean,
yeah.
I did send B-Joy out earlier for beer, and she did bring me
That
this
is
German white beer.
yeah. Is it any good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a Weizen, it's a hefty Weizen actually, and yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. I used to enjoy German, beer fest in
Yeah,
Indiana. It's like, wow, we got some good beer.
the Oktoberfest. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Keep cooking.
yeah. Scotty B says it's a beautiful thing. You know,
Yeah.
Because I did this one.
Yeah. 40-year anniversary, no beer run. That's beautiful, huh? No, 40 years, man. It's,
Amazing.
especially nowadays, people just don't do it. My first marriage, it was almost 10 years. Um, and, most people don't get married for very many years nowadays. They're always trading in or trying to get a more broke down model, or I don't know what the ex was doing.
yeah, that seems to be
But,
I think part of it is people is a lot of couples today don't know how to argue properly.
right,
I mean, they make it personally. They get too involved in calling each other names and hey, at a certain point, you look at like BJ, it's like, okay, hold it a second. What are we arguing about?
right,
And she'll and then she'll look at me. She says, I said, no, I don't. You tell me what we're arguing about, and then she doesn't know either. And I said, so okay, so I guess we just stop now.
She must
yeah,
have forgotten it.
yeah. Forgotten the
I mean, 'cause
ways.
you can't, if you don't remember what you're arguing about after about 5 minutes, then what are you arguing about?
Right. Well, what's going on? Yeah, that is it. Yep,
Judy
it is.
says 40 years is something to be proud of. Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents were in the 40s, 40 years, but my mom passed away. That's the only reason they're not still married.
Yeah.
My dad's married a Filipino now.
Yeah. You, yeah. Yeah. I mean, my parents been married, long time, over 60 years.
Well,
And actually, I I got a message a couple of days ago. My mom was admitted to the hospital.
Well,
Hopefully she'll still be there when I get home.
hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's with us, we've been married over 11 years now, and we did the LDR for a little while, and it's
Mercy,
nothing easy.
Mercy. 11 years? You've been married to Bill for 11 years?
Yeah, 11 years of service.
So,
Gosh. In Indiana for capital murder, I think, and good behavior in prison, they let you out in 10.
yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. So
But yeah,
our
I mean,
most
11 years.
fight, Scoot, my wife
But,
told me in our most famous fight we ever had, she told me that I married the entire package, okay? So she's like yelling, ah, you married the whole package, right? So that's when I busted down laughing at her so bad that it was done. Our battle royale is over. And ever since then, if we get upset at each other and we feel like we're about to have a fight, we always say, oh, you married the whole package, and it just changes our mood. And
yeah.
we keep fighting after that. So we got the
Well, I
whole
mean, it's like,
package.
I mean, B-Joy, I mean, we were talking today, and, in January, it'll be 20 years since the first time I met B-Joy.
Wow.
And I told her, I said, no, 20 years ago, remember when I got off the plane at Cagayan de Oro? She says, yeah. And you were standing there wearing your red shirt and you were waving your arms like this? Yeah. And I said, I was there to date your sister. I said, no. And I said, look at us now.
Right.
20 years later. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It's because she was waving her arms and she's, yelling my name. And, it's like, and her and her sister looked really close to each other. But one of them looked like 8 months pregnant.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, Rena Roberts is out there.
Rena was in my TikTok live stream earlier.
Yeah.
But
She was doing a live stream this morning from the mall.
Yeah, I seen her with the big box.
She was out at SM Mall shopping.
Was she?
Yeah. I told Mike be generous, just give her the credit card, number and let her go.
Is he there yet? Rena, is Mike made it? Or somebody said he was in air or in motion or something. I don't know.
Who's that?
But I can't remember when Mike and them's kind of going there.
Yeah, Mike. Well, I think Ken and Mike. I think they're going over there in a week or two.
Oh, is
They're
it
heading
still?
over to.
Okay. Somebody had said that they were already on their way or something. I was like, that didn't sound right, but sometimes I forget what day of the week it is, much less can tell you when somebody's coming.
Well, I mean, there's a few people I know that are heading over, next week.
Right.
Good biker friend of mine out of Georgia. He's heading over next week. Like Ken, I think Ken's heading over next week. Ken Unger, a few others.
Can
I know.
imagine. Yeah, we keep asking people, hey, are you coming? When you coming? All that kind of good stuff. And then some of them, we even wait for, what's the next excuse why you can't get here? Like, how long you been talking to her and you still can't come? Come on.
Yeah. Like you put on your little TikTok thing, it's a shame when they figure out that the guy's too broke to come visit.
Exactly. And as long as they tell them, hey, I can't come see you because this, and then why are you wasting her time if you're gonna never make the effort to go there? Why would you waste their time? Okay, Rickster. We'll see you next time. We will tell everybody hello for you again.
There,
That's my
Rickster.
long time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Judy's saying, yeah, they leave on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They wouldn't
So-
come during the elections. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if the elections are going to bother tourism over there.
I don't know. It's
We're gonna find out.
we're gonna find. It's kind of getting nutty around here, so it's we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It does every 6 years it does. I mean, 6
Yeah.
years ago it was, I mean, it was kind of stupid,
Yeah,
everybody
we
screaming and
didn't
yelling, doing whatever.
so back then, so we knew better. It's like, no, we'll just wait. So stayed for a month. Yeah, it's always good to come over and stay as long as you can. The first time I came, I stayed a month. Then the next time,
Yeah.
3 or 4
I mean,
months.
as far as going over there during the elections, this time, I mean, how bad could it be? I mean, it's not like it's not like a couple thousand people are going to storm the Capitol and try to overthrow the election. Oh, wait, that happened here. Never mind. That happened in the U.S. Never mind.
Well, you got to think. Do you remember the Pepsi riots here? I don't know if you knew.
Which ones?
The Pepsi riots.
The Pepsi riot?
Yeah, Pepsi had a PepsiCo here in the Philippines had a contest where they were giving away 1,000,000 pesos or something, some big number, right? But you had to match up the cap. So they printed like 32,000 caps of the winning the winning number. So they had a huge riot.
Yeah, I remember. They printed so many, and somehow they all ended up in bottles. Yeah, and like all these people won. Yeah, they couldn't pay that.
It was crazy. Do you think the Philippines will start allowing divorce?
It's there, but
they keep bouncing that around. Sometimes it comes up, sometimes it don't. And,
they do the annulment thing, but yeah, it's I don't
cost so much.
Maybe the annulment will make it easier. I mean,
well, it make the annulment easier.
Yeah, they'll say that it will be free pretty soon, because that's the reason why Filipinos can get annulled, because it's so expensive and it takes forever before it gets approved. Now they pass something law that it will be free, so even the poor people.
They haven't passed it yet. They talked about it.
They passed it, but it's still
it didn't go all the way
it
through.
didn't go all the way. Yeah.
So it's not been passed. So her past and my past is two different things. Yeah.
So Tim's talking about liquor ban near election day. Yeah, that'll work sort of like the same thing as the liquor ban during the shutdown or during the lockdown.
Depends on
it just means that they won't have it on the shelf at the store. They'll have it underneath the counter when you go in to buy it. Chaos, congestion, drunkenness, emotions, highs, lows.
Yeah, too much emotion.
And people be here, they be trying to argue with you about it. Like, look, dude, I don't care. I'm not voting. I don't want to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Philippines keep trying to have their divorce. Yeah. And to be honest, I mean, the Philippines, they don't have a divorce, but then again, you have people that are married that haven't seen each other for 40 years.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I know a gentleman, he's 67 years old. He's been with the same woman for almost 45 years. They have 5 children, a dozen grandchildren, whatever. And he was never married to the woman because he got married to a different lady when he was 18 years old. And when he's 19, he left her and went with this lady. Right. And they've been together ever since. And he has no idea where the other lady even lives or anything about her. He was from the northwest way north in the Philippines, now lives down in South Mindanao, and
Yes.
There he is, 007
everybody-
Sean in the house. What's up, 007 Sean? Where's Jack
Sean
at?
Williams. Yeah. So I mean, will they ever have divorce? An actual I mean, would they have divorce like they do like in the United States? Never. In the Philippines, I can never see them having like no fault divorce.
Right. Yeah. I argued with the guy that, one of those experts. his his wife told him that he's married to her here, whatever. Told her, yeah, there's no divorce except for if you cheat on me or whatever. So he's on there making videos talking about you can only divorce if you cheat on one another or something. I was like, no, that's not true. What are you talking about? It's like, where'd you get
No,
that from? You believe anything you hear? you better look something up.
I mean, basically, you can't. I mean, like I said, they call it an annulment.
Right.
And you can do it, but yeah, you're talking 300, 400,000 pesos by the time it's finished, and years down the road.
Yeah.
You need probably half dozen judges.
Right.
I do know a Filipino that lives in Davao that did actually go through the entire process. She worked as an OFW, and she took the job as OFW to pay for her annulment.
Right.
And she worked as an OFW for over 12 years before her annulment was finally finished.
Right.
And and she'd spent every dime she had on that annulment.
Right.
So yeah, it's it
It's
can be done, but yeah, the only people that get annulments are usually the rich.
Right.
That's true. That's so true.
Or like the one person I know that
Yeah.
got a
And like
moment.
Tim says, divorce is irrelevant in the Philippines because yeah, they don't have a problem with
Going to
okay, the
the
husband and wife don't get along, the husband goes to some other woman, or and I said I find it strange that with most Philippine families, I don't know how it is with Mercy's family. I know with Joy's family, like the brother left the wife and the three children that he had with her, and went to a different woman, had a child with them, and that's all good, and that.
It's a
And
Filipino
about
way.
4 years after, you know, after he had left this other woman and the three kids, and there's no money going to those children, she found some man, and they thought that was terrible. That she would be with this other man. But for the man to do it, it was okay. But for the woman to do it, there's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's kind of a double standard there. It depends. But her family was fine with her finding a different man. But the Joy's family was very upset that she would be with some other man. Not with her husband. Well, wait a minute. He's with this other woman and had a child with. So I didn't quite understand that one, but it's not my place to make a judgment on their culture.
Well, Mercy's from a small, her family's small. She's one of four. One of her brothers passed, but she got a brother and a sister. The brother's married, got two kids, and then the sister's not married. So it's you know, he's been with his wife. They got married like the week before we did. So so they've been together.
So
So
yeah, yeah. And because her sister's not married, she probably regrets every family gathering in the world.
yeah,
Because Mercy's sister, yeah, if she's over the age of 22 and she hasn't, she's not married or doesn't have a boyfriend, yeah, it's like, oh no, we have family gathering. I have to go to the family gathering, and I will hear 500 times, why you don't have boyfriend? Why you not married?
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, that depends on where, but in the city, it should be 30 plus. In the, like
Yeah.
province, town, it's 28. But if it's in the mountain, like not no what you call that, like it's not it's 22.
Right.
It's 18. You should be
Yeah.
married. Okay.
Yeah, like with BJ, with like BJ. I mean, her oldest daughter's 22. The youngest one's just now turned, is 17. Will turn 18, in a little bit, and they're all, and the family's already like, oh, the family up in the mountain. They're like, oh, the oldest one doesn't have a boyfriend, that. And I said, I told him, I said, just tell them all three of the girls are gay.
Right.
There, that solves the problem. They're not looking for boyfriends. They're looking for girlfriends.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you can't say
Either way, you're gonna, that's a fight. That's either way.
that.
Yeah, my sister doesn't like to
Yeah,
attend
actually,
the party.
Yeah.
yeah. They say siblings getting married within the same calendar year is bad luck.
Do they?
I don't know. What do you say about that one, Mercy?
But why still? It's
Her dad didn't think it was wise to, because him and his wife, they had been dating for a while,
yeah.
and they were together, and I came over and was like, look, this guy just met
They
him,
just met them, yeah.
and he's already married her. What are you doing? So
Yeah.
he kind of forced his hand. I'm like, okay, I'll go get married.
We already planned it out, but they had this civil
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they
Rena doesn't see a problem with that.
yeah.
Yeah, Rena doesn't see a problem with marriage in the same year.
Okay,
I mean,
friend.
actually, B Joy's mom, she said, why, she asked me, she said, why you take so long to get married? I said, well, I had to make sure.
Just checking.
I mean,
You wait for the year to check before getting
well, no, actually, I mean, I've known B Joy's mom, like I said, over 20 years, and and the whole family for over 20 years, and I said, well, I just had to wait to, make sure that B Joy, was ready to get married. I had to wait until she stopped, I had to wait until she finally, had given me enough information, and for her to tell me, you need to marry me now. And I said, okay, then we get married today. Yeah. But yeah, but just getting married in the same year, yeah, I've heard that some people think it's bad luck, but
people be doing that. It's
Well, I don't believe it either. There she is.
the hamster. Good morning.
Hello,
Good
hello.
morning.
We're finally doing our live stream.
aloha.
Welcome in.
Now I do, I mean, it's not like, getting married, twice in the same year. I mean,
Yeah, we're talking about
I
the guy.
actually I do know a couple of guys in the United States that have gotten married twice in the same year to different women.
Oh no.
Yeah, especially if you're.
I know a gentleman. He got married in Las Vegas. He got married in Las Vegas. Got divorced like 2 weeks later, and married another gal like a week after that.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, Tim says, yeah, B Joy's not ready to be married. Yeah, that's true. She reminds me every day. Yeah.
It's a pleasure when
But yeah,
it's
it really
Filipino.
depends in the Philippines on your age. If you're not married, like if Mercy was still single at her age, right? They probably have posters on the side of the street with their picture says woman ready to get married.
A stranger would just say, "Hey, I have a grandchild." A stranger will, "Oh, you single? Oh, I have a grandchild. Still single too."
Yeah.
They offer. It's like a free meal or something.
Yeah.
Like, do it.
Yeah, I always laugh because I always get that all the time. I always get that all the time from the Philippine, B Joy's, nieces and that. Oh, single now. And I said, what, for you? No, for, and they'll have, all these other women they're pointing to, like every time there's anything with the family, you probably get that too, Bill. Anytime you show up at a family gathering, if there's any single women, they bring them over to talk to you because you must know a single man for them.
Yeah.
That happens.
It used to happen to me more so before I moved here, right? So when we would come over for visits and stuff, every time we went out somewhere, and they would introduce, like, bring the oldest lady, like she 80 years old, and like she's single. I'm like, I mean, I don't know what to do. How can I hook her up with somebody? Like, it's like Mercy sometimes hooked up people, but not, I didn't know nobody.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean, it's really bad. It's actually really bad here because, like, when I got here, B-Joy, they had a big kind of party, when I first got here to Bangkok, and B-Joy's like, and then she brings over like six of these gals. They're all nurses over here. They're all registered nurses, and she's like, they're all single. They want to, you need to find them like a boyfriend or something. I said, okay, most of the men I know are married, and the ones that aren't married, I wouldn't recommend to anyone.
Right. Yeah, I know plenty of them
And
too.
that's where I leave.
I know plenty of those. Like, how can
I married. See, Tim has it backwards. Tim has it backwards. I married B-Joy because she's an RN and she can buy me lunch.
Right. There you go.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
So the hamsters, are you cooking?
Yeah.
Do you need to show us what you're making?
4 a.m.
Is it 4 a.m.?
Boy, I can see my federal tax dollars. She got up at 4 o'clock. She got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I can see my federal tax dollars will be well spent today when she gets to work.
She's
leaning on the computer going, "Oh, I'm so tired."
I don't think she's used to that 4 a.m. though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to a birthday party for a 3-year-old, and they tried setting him up with 8 ladies. Yeah, over the age of 7. Yeah. I remember going, to a few of those. Yeah, when I single, like the Philippine ladies would always, like, oh, he's single man.
Yes. Sometimes they date for the wrong reasons. That's it.
That's right. That's why Filipinos got a reputation.
Sometimes late at night. Oh, was I singing? Yeah.
Let's see. How many times did you go home with Tim D?
With a lady for the age of 70.
Tim Diziak, if he
Goes to a
took
birthday
any of
party.
those 70s, got him a couple 70s.
Tim D's using that Easy X using that thing. Hey, no. Yeah. None of them looked like they were over 55.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't look at me over 55. Yeah.
No, none of them, huh? Yeah, it's we get a lot of these ladies that do Zumba and stuff too. They I'm Zumba, I dance, and da 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 da. I look like I'm 40. I'm like, sorry, lady, you don't look 40. Like, you good putting on that 70 button.
Obviously, I was telling you, you look. You look. Okay. I don't know who told you look like you're 40, but you might want to have their glasses checked.
I said, you might pass for high 50s, but 40? You think?
Yeah. You can say that to Filipinas.
Yeah, you can say
people,
that.
Right? It's not polite.
Well, I'm just ready to go talk to my wife later. Like, do you believe she said that? None of them will admit it. That's right. They won't tell you. Yeah. But I had to.
It doesn't look like they were breathing. Yeah.
I had to get used to everybody asking your age all the time here. It's like, Good Lord, I don't be telling people my age and everybody coming up. Hey, how old are you? Like, what do you
But
care?
you know, this
Well,
beard, you know, they think he's very old.
Yeah, they think I'm older than what I am. Like, how old are you? How many
yeah.
grandkids you got? I was like, shit, I ain't got no grandkids. What you talking about?
Well, when I used to come over when I was living in, when I was living in Kuwait, because I worked in Iraq and Afghanistan, I grew out my beard because, especially in Afghanistan, having a beard, brought you, a certain amount of respect.
Right,
And
right.
anyway, so I grew out the beard, and it used to amaze me in the Philippines just walking down the street. Women would women would just walk up and they'd stand right in front of me and excuse me, and then they'd just reach up and grab the beard and go like this. Like, okay, the beard feel.
Right.
They're like
You feel like
they've never felt the beard.
Right.
Or like I went to the Jollibee one time, and this lady turned around and looked and saw her, and then she said something. This other lady turned around and grabbed it and yanked on it. Said, yeah, it's really attached.
Yeah.
And she almost pulled my. And like, yeah, it doesn't come off.
Yeah.
Filipino parents happy when they date.
Our Filipino. But here, here's the one. Here's the one. Have you ever run into this one, Bill?
Go.
Have you ever run into this one? You go to a party, right? And then, it'll be some Filipina, walk up to you, and she'll have like her father with her and say, "Oh, nice woman for him."
No,
I've had that one. Yeah, I've had that one. You know,
I don't remember fathers.
Oh, my father.
Yeah.
The father
Yeah.
himself
Yeah, I've had fathers ask me, yeah, you got a woman. I said, well, let me ask you how rich you are, first of all, because that's the first question. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good evening,
happy.
whatever we are. But most
some
parents are going to be. It's almost a bragging right
right
to have a
foreigner.
Filipina dating their daughter, or a foreigner dating their daughter, right?
Not all, but
Not all.
You still there?
Most of the
Filipino
time.
parents will be, happy. They get to speak English to their kids.
Yeah.
Stevie's there.
Yeah. Oh, he's in and out. He's in and out. Everybody. Go get you the shower first. No. Okay, go take a shower. Jabez, go help
If
your
a
brother.
woman takes longer than 1.5 seconds to turn their head in my direction, if I speak to them, it's an automatic pass.
Gone.
Boom. Hi, John Quinn.
John Quinn, hello. Welcome in.
They were checking to see if it was a real beard or a fake one.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had people ask me I don't let nobody get that close where they touch my beard without asking.
Especially if a guy.
Especially dudes. Like, if I'm taking pictures and I'm Santa Claus, they will, can I ask why you're asking people to give you PayPal? Jeez, I hate that shit. Because I'm an online beggar. Yeah.
Sorry. Just my opinion.
No problem.
Worries.
Yeah. No, because I put that on there because people have asked me for it. So when I was filling this out today, I put it right there.
School today, I will be drinking a lot of coffee. I didn't get to come home late last night, and I need to get to work early again.
Yeah.
3 things.
Money. You think so, John?
Money.
Well, later we're gonna do one of these where we ask the foreigner why they date the Filipina. There's all kinds of back and forth. Why this and why that, but it's we'll ask. I like asking the source. So today when we came up with our list, if you guys didn't hear our list, it was at the beginning of this. You can rewind and listen. But today we asked Filipinas why they date. We wanted the truth of why they want to date or why do they date. So, when other people say, if I'm a Filipino and I feel hurt butt that the Filipina's not looking at me and dating a foreigner, I'm going to say, it's this reason. It's always the money. It's always this. How you know? You're not even a Filipino, so how you know? So same thing. Yeah. Sometimes, especially breakfast rice. Come on. Yeah, he's had internet problems all day. We were on here earlier with him too.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We're probably going to be getting off here pretty soon. I have not finished up, or I haven't had dinner yet, actually. But it's okay. She ate dinner, but I haven't.
Hey, stranger in a strange land. Now, we talked about the positive of why Filipina uh, like to date a foreigner, and the negative misconception that foreigners are rich, you know. But there's good things too.
Yeah.
Full mukbang bills here. I date them.
So, did I miss him?
I date them for the mango shake.
There you go.
You want to come here and have a mango shake, huh?
I like to have me old mango shake. Yeah. Dry. Wait till it pops up.
Okay. We're back.
Hey.
Hey, I'm back. Yeah, the battery died on the laptop.
Was that what happened?
I had to go plug in. I had to plug into the wall.
We'll see you next
time. Appreciate.
So anyways, I see Ken Unger joined. Getting ready for Tuesday. Heading over.
Is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday over here?
I guess Mark about her. She shut down this
Yeah, she turned off the Wi-Fi. Huh?
Yeah. Now, I'm trying to remember last time. Actually, I was trying to remember when I saw that. I was trying to remember last time B-Joy actually got mad. I mean, mad. Not the 12-second anger thing. The actual mad.
Right.
It's got to be years. Wait, when was the last time Mercy got mad at you, Bill?
Yesterday.
I mean, not that and not that like she's mad at you now. I mean, where she actually got mad at you.
It didn't go that way anymore because of the communication. Because I gave him a secret password.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it's some I mean, yeah, I told somebody, it's like with B-Joy, it's got to be years ago. I mean, it's got to be, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Actually, Tim's got, Tim just made a comment. When you get to it, I'll answer it. But yeah, I didn't date any foreigners. My husband patiently waited for me until I was ready to date and marry him.
There you go.
He was scared of my brothers.
There you go. When you have a whole gang of brothers.
Yeah. So here now I'll comment on Tim's thing here about what. No, actually, B-Joy actually constantly puts the toilet seat up.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. I mean, that's her big thing is, she washes, every time she uses the toilet, she washes it and then she stands it up so it dries. Wow. Yeah, that's her big thing. I said, well, you're actually supposed to, put the toilet seat down. And she, no. It's one of those things I didn't know that I was doing wrong my entire life.
so long. After it's paid
It's like
for.
wearing shoes in the house. I did not know that I was, that I was living that close on the edge. I mean, I did such things as close the toilet seat lid. You don't do that either. That traps all the germs inside the toilet. And then when you open it, I guess the germs jump out of the water and attack your butt. I don't exactly know. It's one of those informational things that she's gathered in all her years that she passed on to me, one little tidbit at a time.
There you go. I read one place. That's kind of famous here too. Since they seen it online, so it's got to be true. Like, that don't make it
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I mean, it's if it was on Facebook, I mean, gosh knows if two people posted it on Facebook, it's got to be the absolute truth.
Gotta be true. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I got a question for Ken Unger. I mean, was he able to get that cargo ship filled up, and get it shipped off today, or
Ken. Yeah.
You also did.
Well, actually, yeah, yep. Yeah, actually, I knew about her washing clothes in the toilet for a long time. She thought that's what it was for. I mean, she does, I always kid her. I said, well, that's the problem when you marry a jungle Filipina. Right? Modern plumbing. Modern plumbing just amazes them.
Yes. Brett, what's up, Brett?
Hello, Brett.
Yeah.
No, actually, I was kidding B-Joy. Yeah, you're from the province, but now she's turned into a city Filipino. I mean, her idea of roughing it's going to only one mall a day.
That's a tough life, huh?
When we get back to Mindanao, and when we get back to Bukidnon, I told her, I said, just remember when you move back to the farm, it's going to look like Green Acres. She's going to look like, she's going to look like the Zsa Zsa Gabor thing. She's going to be wearing the pearls and high heels out there feeding the goats.
Right.
I can see it now. Where's the mall? Go feed the goats.
We got to make a trip. Let's go down to Davao. Let's go to, Davao, seemed like every time we come and visit Davao, back in the day, we have a house down there, so we always go down to Davao. But like we lived in the U.S., we come back. Oh, they're building a new mall over here in Davao, and then next time we come back a year later, oh, they're building a new mall. Like, man, how many new malls this place needs? It's got a new mall all the time. I don't even know how many malls they got down there now. They got so many. So, like, no, there's a newer one than that. Like, no, we're over here at the new mall. Oh, that's not the new mall no more. They just built another one over here. Like, good Lord. So you guys like your malls, boy. 33 years and counting. Bam. That is awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of the queen, here she is. Come on. Say hello.
She ready?
Yeah, here she is. She says she's all ready to go work on the farm and make hot cakes.
Hello.
She's been watching the Green Acres, so she knows how to work on the farm.
She ready. Back to Mindanao you go. Huh?
Yeah.
I
So,
look like
so they asked, so Mercy was giving the reasons why Filipinas marry foreigners.
Yeah, just asked her reason. Joke.
So why did you marry me?
No, you
That's
should
kidding,
be
right?
asked, why do you choose Filipina to be your wife?
That's our next live.
No, tell us your reason. Tell us your reason, guys. Why do you choose us? Joke.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for you, I'd be dead.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I mean, I never knew that I didn't know how to wash my hands. I'm not, I wore the shoes inside the house. All these dangerous things I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not until you marry me, you know the right thing. Joke.
you know.
I mean, all that knowledge that you gave me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
passed it.
Anyways,
Anyways, I will not stay long. I still have something to do.
No
did you get the
problem.
box pack for the store?
Yeah. Maybe they can order me coffee or support my little business. Joke.
Yeah, she needs profit for her business. If you guys could all kick in a little bit.
Let's
Yeah,
go. Do you got
where
a
are they?
website? Let's go.
They're down by General Santos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will be posting my thing in
Oh, you gotta-
Facebook.
Right, she's got to go post her products.
Okay, awesome.
Later. So if they want something, we can just set to
Good
them.
Lord, yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
She'll check you out. She might.
After says she'll order coffee.
Yeah, she ordered copy. Okay, how many?
Yeah. But you got to send it to Hawaii.
What? No.
Shipping costs. Shipping costs.
No. American coffee is more better than.
Yeah, this is Thailand coffee.
Thai product.
Is it instant or is it?
So those who wants to slim, we have slimming coffee.
Oh, they have slimming coffee. There you go, Bill. Slimming coffee.
I don't know that slimming stuff. I paid a lot of money for this. I try to keep it.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said, I paid a lot of money to look this good.
So,
They look gorgeous.
I try to keep it up. Yeah.
Hey, tropical. Oh, hey. By the way, you know what it is now, right?
What's it?
Here in Thailand.
Uh-oh. Durian season, huh? Well, stinky.
It starts already.
They let you guys have that inside?
What's that?
They allow you to bring it
Nothing
in?
like nothing. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, we had to stop yesterday. We had to stop yesterday on the side of the road to buy durian because it's the beginning of the durian season here.
Is it?
So we bought it direct from the farm. She got a special deal. Right?
Wow.
Then today we walked out of the apartment and just around the corner, the guy's selling durian. Right? And, so I said, oh, I wonder what he's selling the durian for. He's selling it for about 1/3 of the price that we paid for it. He said, but ours is fresh from the farm.
They sell like 180 per kilo, and we buy it there close to the farm for 220.
Yeah, 220. We bought it with the rind on it, and the guy's cutting it out, selling for 180 just for the fruit part. Right next to the apartment. I said, boy, that was a great deal.
Right, you gotcha.
Yeah. So Bill, have you been eating the durian yet?
Oh yeah, I've had
Have you
durian
developed
so much.
durian taste?
I don't like durian myself. It's not a taste that I like. I like this. I always eat it. Like every time we go somewhere,
Because there's different durian. It's like
I always try everybody's durian. Here,
sweet
try
durian. There's like
So even when H2H was here, I ate durian.
Yeah, I'm not fond of durian, but then again, it's one of those tidbits of information that B Joy gave me. She when she takes it and she shoves it in my mouth, she says, "You like durian? Eat that." I show it and say, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I like durian." Every time, yeah, it's there. You like, try it. You like it.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I forgot I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, she ate durian. See?
Yeah.
You ate durian this afternoon.
I just found it's easier to eat the durian than to just say I don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
You better train this
Yeah.
one.
I eat it every time. What are you talking about?
No, one is not enough. Two is yes.
I eat it, and then they want me to have some more. I was like, no, I just ate it.
You're in the next level.
I don't have
Level
a taste for
Yeah.
it.
two.
But I
You know,
always,
I said, yeah, and I told somebody, I said, she, B-Joy does love to eat durian, and she makes me eat it. I said, but there's a kind of a payoff there. I mean, she doesn't like balut. She won't even get near balut. So I can live with, I can live with the occasional mouthful of durian. That's a whole lot better than one balut.
oh
What?
yeah, I agree.
You guys
A
missing
balut, if it didn't look like it did, I might be able to eat it because balut don't
It tastes
taste that
good.
bad,
Yeah.
but it just looks like death and the texture.
That's
I
why
just
some
can't do
some
it.
people
Yeah,
just
the
close
haps,
their eyes or eat
yeah,
it in the
yeah,
dark.
hamsters put in there about stinky durian. You better wash all your clothes before coming back to U.S. or it'll stop you at immigration. No,
Uh,
hey, I told BJ, I said, this is perfect. You put the durian in your suitcase, and then you can bring as much cocaine into the United States as you want because the dogs
Yeah.
are going to just run away from the suitcase.
they probably smell it.
Smuggle in whatever you want. Just throw a little durian in there, and when they open it up, the guy's like, no, just close that thing. We're not getting near it.
Yeah, I got durian
But I
candy
do,
in.
yeah, I
Yeah,
do laugh. I do laugh
HB,
here in Thailand now that durian is back in season. The stickers will, on the cabs, they'll have signs with a little durian fruit with the big, the circle with the line through it, no durian. The buses are now going to have the no durian signs on them.
yeah,
They won't let you bring them on the buses or the cabs, but yeah, but they sell it on every corner here.
exactly.
Had breakfast of the dog sniff all the bag and found durian stain. Just a
Yeah,
stain.
see the durian, that throws the dogs off. Durian does throw the dogs off.
You know the secret of how to get rid of the stinky smell is just what you call that thing from the durian. Put water in there and then do like this, clean it. Where you get their shell. Put water, rinse your fingers there. Put you know.
She's talking about.
I'm telling you.
She's trying to tell a
The secret how you get
how
rid
to get
of
rid of
the
durian smell.
smell.
Free breeze.
Yeah, hey Bill, I hate to say it, I can see it now that when you and I get together, like Mercy and BJ are going to probably be carving up durian and shoving it in our faces, taking videos and laughing at us. Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah.
Free breeze does it well.
Just don't let BJ
No, the only
him up or you get in trouble.
the only now if you take durian fruit and you wipe it, let's say you got it on your fingers and you wipe it on your shirt, the only thing that will get that smell out of your shirt has to do with extremely hot fire, right? And ashes. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Just burn the shirt, burn the shirt. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Febreze don't work. Yeah, it's true. Strong. Stronger than you thought.
I can sit there, I'd be asleep, wake up, and somebody had brought a durian in the house. I'd be like, as soon as I walk out my door, it's like, oh, good God, who brought that in the house?
Personally, I would rather be stuck in the house with BJ cooking fried, doing the fried dried fish than the durian. But I don't get that choice.
You just get.
You just get it.
I don't know if that dry fish thing. When Mercy was in America, and you know how our homes are made there, and she cooked her fish in the house for the first time,
and it's winter,
and it's in the middle of winter.
Yeah, she did it. She did it in December. You still smelled it in February, huh?
Oh yes, it was so bad. I didn't. I dared her. I was like, if you ever
Yeah,
do that
he
again,
every day. That's
I was
what I
like,
get.
I
Banda.
cannot take it. It's like our house is ruined. It's done. It's
It's not
Okay,
already.
only
now
him. It's the
hey,
other.
Bill. Now this true story. I I I had a real good friend of mine married to a Filipina lady, and it was the Philippine lady's 40th birthday. Right. So as a special gift, he wanted to have a big party. Well, I have a pool in my backyard, so he said, hey, we'll do the party at your house for the pool and everything. I said, okay. Right. So the two sisters of this lady came over. But one of them had just come back from the Philippines and brought 2 kilos of dried fish with her. So in the backyard, I got a nice little barbecue pit, and that the big cast iron skillet, oil. They started frying dried fish. They, because there were like 50 Filipinas that came, and their husbands that came to the party. Well, they were frying this fish. They'd been frying it for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. All of a sudden, it's like there's a banging on the front door. I go to the front door. It's the Mesa Fire Department and Police Department. Right? Somebody had called in and said that they thought we were cooking meth in the backyard, and and they insisted to come in. I said, no, that's just they're just cooking fried fish. And if it wasn't for there was a police sergeant happened to be Filipino that heard the call, and he came over. And if it wasn't for them, they literally were going to get a warrant and search my house looking for a meth lab, because the guy said no, wait. And then the fire department came and said, hey, you got to do something about that odor. The people are really complaining.
That's good. Nobody ever complained when she made it outside, but when she made it inside our house in the middle of winter, that was the I couldn't no more of that.
I never
I like if
do
you
it,
ever
did it
do
again.
that, I'm
Yeah,
throwing you.
it was one of those days. It's monsoon season, so it's kind of hot and humid. So it just kind of wafted across on the ground from yard to yard. Yeah, it was yeah. Make a dirty kitchen in the garage. Yeah, like I said, that didn't really work.
Yeah.
Imagine having durian and fried fish at one place.
Uh,
Party!
Mercy's gonna make it. We'll be happy.
No.
Oh, okay. Now, Bill, could you imagine the smell of dried fried durian?
Must be
There's
delicious.
there's hey, believe it or not, there's a place in Loma Linda, California that makes fried durian chips.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
And you know where that restaurant is, because when you're about 3 blocks away, right, you can smell them cooking durian chips.
That is so
It's the
nasty.
same here
I
in
said
Hawaii.
it's sort of like somebody setting fire to old jock straps and gym shoes. Yeah, that's pretty much the only way I could describe that odor. Yeah.
You know, we had to get like all the curtains cleaned in the house. We had but it was in my carpet. I used carpet cleaners. I bought the carpet machine, had it cleaned. I did everything
Yeah.
trying to get the odor out of. But I swear, like, we lived in the older home, so it had plaster walls. I was like, man, it must have soaked into the plaster. I'm gonna have to repaint. I'm gonna have to repaint the
Yeah.
whole house. So I don't
Yeah.
know if we
Pastor
ended up.
says, yeah, in Hawaii they have the same problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, humidity makes it linger for days. Yeah. I mean, yeah, when like here in Thailand, yeah, there's certain odors that hang in the air for hours and days. Um, their big thing here is what, fried bananas, but they'll throw a bunch of sugar in there and they kind of caramelize the sugar,
right.
and it just kind of lingers.
Does
And
it?
and you would think it wouldn't be a bad smell, but it just, after a while, it just becomes overpowering. There's too many of them doing it.
Yeah.
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 I'm glad.
So
We
what are we packing up now?
got a big wall around us, so we don't have to smell too much of what the neighbors be getting into.
Yeah.
So time the smell gets up,
Yeah.
it's over the wall or whatever. So I don't smell it. I've never complained about our neighbors here, anyways.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, geckos like the humidity. I put durian around to keep the geckos away. Yeah. Dead fish. Yeah. There's certain, yeah.
yeah.
But what's the worst smell? What's the worst smell around here? B-Joy. What's the worst smell around here besides the durian?
What's the other one?
Thai people cannot imagine also. I don't know. It's hard for me to describe the smell because it
Yeah.
only happen when you're
Yeah. What is? Yeah. There is something that Thai people cook that does have a very interesting odor to it. I don't know what exactly it is, because when you ask them, they give you the Thai, the Thai name, and
Name for us. You don't know what it is.
yeah, it's, I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, I think it's a squid or something. But yeah, it just
That's what I was thinking. Some of those
gives a
squids.
pretty nasty smell to it.
Yeah. Raunchy, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe Mercy knows what that is that they cook here, but yeah, they do have a couple of things that they cook here that definitely give off a distinct aroma. Yeah, Maximus says probably fermented fish or squid. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
They're entitled on something that they fixed that's really stinky. Just trying to think of what it was.
Maybe it's the leaves
The
they put in the
leaves that they put in what?
in the noodles.
No, I don't think that's too foul, is it? Yeah. Yeah, that squid stuff don't smell good either, but some of that dried fish, oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
there was when I was in Japan, they used to cook this. Like they cook. They take the squid and they let sit in barrels for weeks until it was just the perfect thing, and then they grill it. And that used to sometimes get a little overwhelming depending where they were cooking it.
We we were gonna stop for H2H to let him get some of that dried squid on the side of the road and stuff, but we just forgot. We were out running around. We seen it, and then on the way back, we forgot to stop, and we done passed it before we remembered. But we'll let you eat that stuff too. Whatever you want to try, let's try it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's there's just different cultures. What they eat.
What you like, what you get used to. Yeah.
Yeah, there's I when I lived in Kuwait, there was an Indian gentleman, a good friend of mine from India, that lived across the hall from me, and his wife was from. She was from the area of India. It's called the Gas Valley. It's where ghost peppers. This is where ghost peppers came from.
Okay.
So she thought that ghost peppers belonged in anything she cooked and everything she cooked, and she would constantly, like, oh, here's some food. I don't mind spicy food, but her idea of one ghost pepper, chopped up and mixed in the rice, in a cup of rice, is not enough. Okay, you have to have like 6 or 7 in there. The rice has to be really red colored.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's but he ate this stuff like it was nothing.
Spicy right there. When I was in Bangkok, you don't tell them just right. Well, they tear you up with some spice and some peppers and stuff. And
But yeah, it's like here in Thailand. We'll go somewhere, like we went to a restaurant and they'll always look at me because when I order something, they'll say, then they'll ask BJ, should we make it spicy?
Right. I
Huh.
always do this.
You know,
Spicy.
they're always afraid because I'll order something that's spicy. And when Thailand spicy, yeah, Thailand when they say it's spicy, yeah, that's not yeah, and BJ likes spicy food, so we're pretty good on that. And she's been here long enough to she likes her spicy food.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, man, take care, bud. Catch you on the flip side.
Ivy, welcome in. Good to see you. If everybody, I don't know if you know her or not, up and coming YouTube star. There she is, Mommy Ivy right there. All right, Tropical Tim. Yeah, we're going to be ending this here pretty soon. I think my wife has already started doing something over there. I can't see with these lights in my face.
So hey, let's run down Mercy's top 10 list again. You have it there in front of you? You have it there in front of you?
It's in my phone.
We definitely know she did not marry you for the money.
Right.
She didn't marry you for your good looks. Yeah. What were the 10 reasons? What were the 10 reasons that foreigners, that Filipinos marry foreigners? You said.
Well, this is why they date them. Why they date them, according to okay. And there's no kind of order to this. This is just people.
So number one on Mercy's list was which one?
Because they want to master a new language.
Yeah. Okay. So Bill being from Indiana, you spoke better English than he did.
Yeah.
Right. So that one was all. Okay. What's number 2?
Because you can explore and taste new food.
New culture, new food, right?
Yes.
She did that
though. So Bill did introduce you to stump whoop chitlins.
That's one, because you get to meet diverse, fascinating people.
She met some diverse,
because you get
people.
to learn new culture and new traditions.
Yeah.
That sounds like something the Army taught me. You get to learn new and interesting people and learn how to kill them. Yeah.
That's one, because you get to escape from your family toxic culture.
You got away. Yeah. But here, Mercy, that's a double-edged sword. You got away from your family, and then you got near Bill's family. So.
I don't know if it's any better.
That was quite the challenge.
Right.
Your future.
Okay, next one.
Your future kids learn from combined culture.
The blended
culture
that the kids learn.
Yeah, the blended children. No, here, Mercy. Okay, look at how guapa you are, right? look at Bill, right? Now, if you mix that two together, what do you think you're going to get?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Best
looking gorilla in the neighborhood.
Because Filipino thinks Filipino guys are all cheated. They cheat.
Filipinos think foreigners are faithful and Filipinos cheat.
Yeah.
That's what they said. Oh, I think he froze.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's.
I think it's shocking.
Yeah, it's a shock.
What do you think about that? I mean, there's some truth to that. A lot of Filipino men. Filipinos think that all Filipino men cheat, but then again, Filipinas think that that all the Filipinas are going to steal their husband or boyfriend, so they don't trust them either. All right. That's it. And what was the last one?
There's still, I think, 2. Filipino wants a foreigner because they think the foreigner doesn't judge the outfit or the mistakes they did.
Yeah. We're not as judging as Filipinos.
Because our culture here,
Oh,
you
it's
know,
Filipino.
mom, you get,
Yeah.
you know, they call you disgrasiada and all that stuff. But foreigners, no,
It's not a big deal.
it's not a big deal.
And actually, you know, I'd say just the opposite. I see most of the Filipinas, right? Right? Filipinas would accept a man like Bill a whole lot more than Bill would accept a woman that had the same physique as he had.
Hello, Kevin. Okay, next one. Because they
Never
want
mind.
to escape the country and go to a greener pasture.
Yeah, you want to escape the Philippines and go, yeah. And then you meet the foreigner, you go to the US so you can return to the Philippines.
That's what happened.
In the end you figure it out, it was actually a lot nicer in the Philippines than in the US. Things are better
We're back.
I mean, it's more laid back.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, and that's true. Let's face it. Living in the Philippines, you don't have the pressures you do living in the US.
No. Different pressures.
Different pressure.
Yeah.
You get
Different pressure, but
different.
you don't have to worry about being late.
Right. You don't have to be late.
No, never here in the Philippines. Never.
I mean, as long as you're there within the same day that the meeting starts, you're on time.
That's true.
We've showed up at stuff when it's over with. We've
And-
got
and-
there. Like,
And
it's okay. Weird.
yeah, I was like,
I mean, I always tell people in the Philippines, the starting time is just an estimation.
Right.
They usually start the day they're supposed. They say they are, but it mean AM PM doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah.
that's right.
If it says 10 o'clock, that could be AM, could be PM, but it's going to be in that day somewhere.
Yes.
Gonna be there. Welcome in, Megan Love.
Hello,
Shout
Beverly.
out.
Okay, lastly is because Filipina believe that all foreigners are rich.
Boy, you really missed out on that one, Mercy.
That's fake news right there.
I told Bijo, I said, boy, if you thought that, you really blew it.
Sorry. The
Down the
truth
wrong
really
one.
hurts.
But I told her up front, hey, look, not only am I not rich, I'm in debt.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I told her. I said, oh, I said, well, you can have all my bills. Yeah, here they are.
yeah.
But yeah. So, hey, Kevin Kennedy's in the house. I just saw he came in.
Kevin, yeah.
Hello, Kevin.
There's another guy that cries himself to sleep every Sunday night.
Yeah, he's a Sunday night crier. Just during football
Yeah,
season.
yeah. Oh yeah, only during football season. Yeah, but he does have that we'll get him next year attitude.
Yeah, there's all 50 years now. Of next year's our year.
The 50-year recovery plan. Yeah.
Right. We're rebuilding.
Those are the 10. Yeah. B-Joy was kind of nodding her head a little bit here. She just walked out. She had more stuff to pack away for the store. But yeah, she was nodding her head. Kind of agreeing with Mercy on some of those.
Yeah.
You're not all true.
Yeah.
Man. Still.
10 wins and 22.
Yeah. You did hear POD's prediction that that the Detroit Lions will win 10 games in 2022.
Where?
Well, actually, he said 10 wins in 22. I'm not sure if he meant 2022 or 21-22, but he said 22.
In the next 22 seasons, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that 10 seasons? 10 wins in 22 seasons? Could be.
Thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate you, Captain. If anybody else hadn't hit that thumbs up, you guys think about it. And unlike what somebody might have said that we do, that PayPal thing is only there for somebody that wants to. It's not. We don't force nobody. We don't ask nobody. It's there. No twist of arm here.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, John Quinn brought up the thing that, yeah. And that's actually the truth. There is a lot of truth in that. Well, Filipinas do believe in love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
They're, they have, I mean, B Joy, God bless B Joy, she's, she looks at me like, and she's, oh, you're so beautiful. And, and to be honest, I keep telling her she needs to get her eyes checked again.
Right.
Um, but in her eyes, she believes all that, and and yeah, that's
Right.
all of my faults. She still accepts me, so and yeah,
Right.
that's what I can say is true about Filipinas.
There you
Right?
go.
I mean, Mercy accepts Bill for who Bill is. B-Joy
Right.
accepts me for who I am. Tim's married to Ray. She accepted him for who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not perfect. And, we don't expect our Filipino to be
And
perfect. That's what it works out.
and there are, and it's not just Filipinas. It's there's a lot of women in the world like that. But yeah, it seems to be a lot of Filipino women are more accepting of your flaws than other women.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah,
Right. I
Right, but
believe I could have found somebody in America. I didn't go out looking for somebody in the Philippines. I just happened to find my wife and shabam. So that's what happened. So for me, I didn't
yeah,
look for
it's.
but I found.
I mean, yeah, it's like
Out
somebody
there,
where I was talking one live. We were talking about my relationship with B-Joy. I said, well, I mean, to be honest, I met B-Joy at the airport, right, in 2003 because I went there to date her sister. Didn't
Yeah.
work out with her sister. Right?
Yeah.
But and then probably let's see, 2012. I ran across a profile she had thrown out on some stupid dating app.
Right.
As wow, oh, I know who that is, and I just said, hey, how you doing, and we had a friendship that ran actually it was I think it was 2007 or 2008,
Right.
and we had a friendship that ran on for 5 or 6 years, and I kept, she kept after me to find her the perfect man. I told her, well, you find me the perfect woman, and after 5 or 6 years, I said, well, I said, I don't know any man that would meet your standards. And
Right.
she said, well, what about you? And
Right.
that's when we started getting more serious, and
There you go.
we ended up getting married in the end. So yeah, it was, it was a long time, it was a long time, relationship.
Right.
But yeah, and could I have found a woman in the United States to get married to? Absolutely. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't think Filipino women are any better than any other women in the world. But then again, I don't think they're any worse. So
Not worth.
and to be honest, B-Joy is a whole lot easier on the eyes than a lot of women that I know of her age. So I mean, Mercy, Mercy makes you happy, and
Right.
B-Joy makes me happy, and that's what life is all about.
Yeah.
having a best friend, right?
BFF.
Yeah.
All right, hey, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna get going. B-Joy's waving at me. She needs me to look at something.
Yep.
So,
We understand.
you guys take care.
You too now. Thank you for
Hey,
hanging out.
God bless.
You too.
Yeah.
Have a good
Hey,
week. Rest of your week.
And great subject, and I love Mercy's input and her take on it.
Yeah. I
And
appreciate
and a lot of, like I said, a lot of what she said is true out there. So
that.
everyone, you guys take care.
You
and
too.
we'll get together. We'll-
I'll talk
yeah.
to
Well,
Joy about you guys eating durian someday, right?
Us getting together and eating some
yeah,
stinky fruit.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely get together. Hopefully I'll be over there. My plan is to be over there sometime still this year.
Awesome.
A lot of it depends on B-Joy, and
Yeah.
I mean, I make plans, but I know that my plans
The
maybe overridden by executive order. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, she wants to spend some time over here. Because part of it is she wants to talk her mom into moving back to the Philippines with us. So
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
All right. Well, we'll see you next time. There's your buddy yelling at you there.
yeah, JG. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
didn't have B-Joy, you would be plenty of what?
Plenty of
Plenty.
fish.
Yeah, yeah. All right, man. You take care.
You too.
Thank
We'll see you
you.
John
next.
Quinn. Hey, John Quinn wants to jump up on the panel, so bring him on up.
Yeah. Thank,
Later,
thank
bro.
you. We'll see you next time.
Hey, remember, hey, you know, durian. It looks like you and I are eating durian and fried dried fish. Next time we're together. So
No dry fish for me. I
talk to
fish.
you later.
We'll see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you. Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was the ever famous Scoot B, not Scotty B. Scotty B has been in here and hanging out with us as well. We're actually, John, we're actually about to get off here. We've been going for 3 hours, and we're gonna. And I still haven't even had dinner, and it's 11:06.
Hey,
I gotta eat.
but this one, there's a continuation, right? It's the opposite now.
Yeah.
The foreigners. So we're gonna get entered. We're gonna talk to all the foreigners.
So foreigners, get with us. I'll put
Yes.
out a post coming up.
Yeah.
We're gonna do why do foreigners
Date
date Filipinas?
Filipinas,
So we're
yeah.
gonna do the opposite.
the opposite. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, there must be a reason why.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So don't worry. There will be another great topic coming
Yes.
up, and it's the foreigner themselves would tell it here.
So we want foreigners to tell us why you date Filipinas. Why did you
your
date?
experience, good or bad.
Why? Why a
Why?
Filipino?
Why a Filipino of all ladies?
Hazy Cheesy, what's happening?
Cheesy.
We're about to get off of here, Hazy Cheesy, but thank you for coming
Thank you,
by and
yes,
hanging
yes,
out with
yes.
us.
It's really a good topic here, you
Yeah.
know.
Well,
And,
we're trying to
it's
bring
good
some
to-
good
yes.
topics too. We're trying to get back into streaming more often with topics, etc. Occasionally
And
we'll
hang
just
out
have
with your friends too.
hangouts. I'm not too much on the singing thing, so if you see
Yeah.
me on the live stream, we're
It's
probably
the
not singing.
opinion thing, right? We're gonna.
Yeah, we'll talk. I like
You
to
guys
talk about
can
stuff.
share your opinions to us.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't like to fight politics or none of that mess. No war thing, none of that.
And it's the law. You can't sing.
So I'm not a singer, so this is what we do.
That's what we do.
So if you guys like it, definitely thank you. Give us a thumbs up.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
you.
guys very much for the time. Wonderful time. That we
Watch our
spent
newest
here.
videos. I don't know what the newest one is right now. But boop boop. Let's go. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. And if you have any
Kevin,
questions
thank you, John
or
Quinn,
anything
Captain
that
Billy Jack, Casey Cheesy.
topics you want us to
Topic,
talk about coming up, come
Leave a
on.
comment here and
Let us know.
you can
we'll
come
try to
up in
get
the
to it.
panel too.
Yes.
You guys are welcome here.
Thank you guys. Now we usually go through our list and then start bringing people up if you want to come up at that point.
Or do you agree or not?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Maybe additional to the thing we haven't mentioned.
Yeah. That's right. Thank you. We appreciate you. Tim, I think you are up extra late tonight even. We appreciate you hanging out.
Yes, yes.
Hopefully we were entertaining, and
Yeah.
that's what we try to be on here. We try to have, it's not about the
I
fame
do
and the
love
fortune.
the fire on the comments, you keep adding like ideas. I really love it. You guys sharing your wisdom opinion to us.
It's always good.
It's always good.
Share this out if you guys think somebody needs to hear it. Don't
Yeah.
share it out if you don't think they will need to hear it. We'll talk to you guys next time right here. Check out the Rileys. Bye everybody.
Thank you,
Till
everyone.
next time. Woo woo.